an hour before we game, so.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah.
So by the time we've finished gaming, that'll give the perfect time for the Christmas special.
Oh, yeah.
I had some conversations with the other group, and that they're game for a crossover special if you guys want to do that.
Yes.
Yes.
We should do it.
And that way I only have to do one Christmas special unless somebody else wants to run it.
Ooh.
Hi!
Make them deal with me.
Hi! Welcome to Iron Gods session 63 here on RPGMP3.com, where we've had booster shots and are talking about Christmas, even though this will probably be released in August 2029 at my current release rate. Because Whit's supposed to be helping me and keeping me honest, and she is failing dismally at that.
I am
Like that you
really
blame
failing.
other people.
Yeah. She said, I'm going to keep you honest and we're going to do this together, and then just ghosted me. It was sad.
You're
It's
so
true.
fucking British.
Yeah, it's a play field.
Blame shifting.
At least I passively reminded you that you should tweet out about the...
You did passively remind me. That was good. I'm awful at this PR shit. I really am. I'm really terrible at it. Like, really, really bad at it. But I think I figured out a way that I can, using various scheduling shit, I could actually do a bunch of releases and then schedule them to automatically release. I think it might take a bit of forethought, but I think I can do it with every system that releases it. So the YouTube, the website, Twitter.
If this, then that's... And...
Yeah, and just I think I can do it. I just have to do a test one and see. But that means I've got to sit down and actually edit some shit, and that's just miserable. It's miserable.
Yeah,
I saw the Billowing Hilltop were just like 2 years, and I was just like, congratulations. And they were like, oh, yeah, it's probably not a big deal for you. And I'm like, it's totally a big deal. You know, not many people make it past 2 years.
I would volunteer to help you with that, but,
It's
I don't know
miserable.
what to do, and I don't want to, and we also don't have a NAS to easily share huge ass
Yeah, I
files.
keep thinking I want a NAS, and then I go looking for them, and they're like $1,000 for like a small one, and I'm like, God damn it! And I need like a bigger one, and then you'd need one, and then Whit would need one, and then we could share it all around.
Well, then we'd max out your internet caps and stuff, because I'm going to send this 600 gigs back and forth 3 times.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Because then you'd be passing it up to the shared server online, and then passing it down to the other NAS, and it would be a big pain in the ass. I mean, that's great. What I really need to do is set up the site as a business, and then get Comcast Business Internet without the cap.
Oh, that is so... Yeah, their business offerings are so much better.
Yeah.
Just make it RPG MP3 LLC.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. We've talked about it before, and there was never really any reason to do it other than to cause more problems with having to fill out tax horse shit.
Where
Our net profit is
where I live...
Our net profit is generally negative. It actually helps.
Yeah.
Owning this website helps balance out my taxes. Because it's
That's why I just don't pay taxes.
because the site runs at a loss. I can balance it off against my taxes a bit,
Nice.
which is well, it's not nice because I have to pay for the fucking thing. But
nice. Yay, small businesses in
I guess
Texas.
technically we're a DBA at this point, I suppose. But it'd be nice to be more formal. Then I can get like a Texas state business license and go to those like wholesale places and buy ridiculous nonsense.
We need 60 pounds of cheese doodles for the
Exactly.
office.
It's right. It's an office purchase, right? It was a promotion where we did a stream in a inflatable tub filled with macaroni. I mean, who the fuck knows? And the people have to pay to put more macaroni in so it covers more of me up. Say, I've got some great ideas.
Macaroni necklaces.
But you could do it with that clear broth clam chowder.
Yeah, it sounds horrifying and
Say
stinky.
chowder.
Stinky is what that sounds like. You all on the Twitch, because I only see a handful of viewers again.
No!
Get on the fucking Twitch. How are you supposed to watch chat?
I all are.
I am.
Oh shit.
Hey!
On my
It's not that I'm spying on you or everything, but I'm spying on you and everything. Who would like to talk about last session?
I believe Anita
we-
prepared something.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Hey, and she also subscribed. And I need to pull that in front of the... Oh, no, it's fine where it is, I guess.
20
did.
months.
20 months.
Yeah!
It's a lot of months.
Woo-hoo. All right, so I wrote a thing. Do
Oh.
you...
Is it a haiku?
No. It's not.
This is the Loku.
Nope. Nope. It's
He did a Goku.
Ah!
From your Roku.
All right. So, last session began with our heroic troop continuing up the trail from the Giants' camp to search for the robot, with Al holding tightly to his newly acquired magic sword. Suddenly, without warning, a large robot appeared in an area near a large hole dug in the earth next to some excavation tools and slain giants' bodies. Dun dun dun! The robot approached Team Meat and fired a sound-based weapon on Al. Alexander identified the robot as a warden robot. Alexander attempted a spontaneous casting of silence to alleviate the sickened condition from the warden robot sound aura. Tatia followed with a casting of blessings of fervor and ordered Nicodemus to stay back and stay safe. Al closed in on the robot to throw a bomb, but succumbed to the sound aura and fell to the ground, nauseated. Buligup closed in, but blew his chunks when he smelled Al's vomit. The warden robot stomped through the barf towards Buligup to take a cheap shot at the sickened grippli with melee and ranged weaponry. In an attempt to blind the robot, Tatia resisted the aura and closed in slightly to cast Moonbeam. Unfortunately, the warden robot was unfazed. After the failed silence spell went off, Alexander cast Rebuke technology to shut down the robot for a few rounds, giving Team Meat time to regain their faculties and execute a stronger attack. Buligup acted quickly to initiate combat once again with a strike of his glaive. Alexander cast a lightning bolt and Al threw shock bombs until the warden robot was finally destroyed. Before the team could celebrate their victory, they were cursed by a sudden but inevitable betrayal. The two giants who foolishly thought they could take on Alchemist were back for their magic sword and maybe a few more bodies. Tatia quickly reacted by casting Archon's aura. Alexander then formed an acid pit on the giant farthest from the group, separating the giants. When they refused to yield the fight, the group pushed forward with a swift and aggressive attack, easily slaying the giants. Upon searching the bodies of the deceased giants from the group's arrival to the hole in the woods, they found a lump of green crystal, an animated light wooden shield, boots of striding and springing, and 5 doses of restorative ointment to detoxify poison and remove disease. Seeing that Tatia looked absolutely amazing in the boots, the group decided she could keep them and the restorative ointments as well. Then she sashayed to the bodies of the slain giants to kick around for more loot, where the group found 11 gemstones, a very nice mithril warhammer for Buligup, a rust bag full of tricks with wolverines, wolves, boars, and leopards, oh my, all ready for Tatia to unleash upon her prey, as well as a rhomboidal pink iron stone for +2 to Buligup's constitution. Luckily, the adventure wasn't all smashing and bashing, and some knowledge was obtained to help Team Meat along their way. They found a rolled up paper with a map of the area and a 4-point plan on the back. 1, get metal things weapons. 2, test weapons on Big Bug. 3, use on technically. 4, revenge. After puzzling over the interpretation of the notes and whether the giants were truly their enemy, the group decided it was time for a rest, and Alexander cast Rope Trip to pack up the group for an evening nice and safe. As Buligup drifted off to sleep that evening, he wondered to himself, I don't know, Buligup, what'd you wonder?
What?
What did you wonder as you drifted off to sleep that night?
I wondered why
What?
Alchemist thinks he has a magical sword when we never got a magical sword.
They just promised him one.
Shit, that was surprisingly professional.
And then I shit all over it immediately.
You did a great job there. I mean, that's the problem with surprise improv, right? It's
Yeah.
a surprise. That's good. We also did experience off camera, so I guess what are you at now, just for reference?
We are at
We are at
525,600.
68.
65,704.
Yeah,
I have
it's 68904.
68904.
Stop, Evan.
Oh, sorry. I
It's
guess
because he
mine
can't
didn't save.
count.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay,
I'm gonna
doctors
put in a
don't
bet
count.
for 68,905. Just
Hmm.
one above.
You can have an extra XP for that wonderful review.
I
Well, because you pooped all over me just reading over our slash notes last time. So it's like, fine, I'm gonna make you sit through a whole thing.
Oh, I liked it. It was good. Made me happy.
just
It was
individual
good.
XP rewards and everybody leveling at different points, even though it's a pain in the ass to balance encounters and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's what's happening in Rollmaster, although they're staying pretty in line at the moment. Although life appears to be harpooning my attempts to play Rollmaster at the moment, which makes me a bit sad.
It was the old days of like
is
what
that?
1 XP per gold piece, where it's like, oh, the thief just
Mhm.
stole all this treasure. The party.
Yeah, but I mean, a level 18 thief wasn't really much for... Yay! Look! Hurrah!
Yay! People are alive.
Yay,
They're
tits!
alive. Hooray.
Boo! People
So
are alive. Boo!
So terrible. Yeah, Fury's in a hut somewhere, communing or something.
Uh-oh.
He's probably whacked out on peyote at this point, I suspect.
Dude, are we doing peyote?
Communing with
That's
the
right,
astral
she's communing
plane.
with the astral plane. It's
Spiritual
astral with two
journey.
S's.
Mm.
Okay.
Astral.
What? Oh, you're not setting watches when you're in your rope trick, or are you just?
Well, previously we had somebody set watch outside because one of our horses got eaten, but our horses are off at the edge of the
Oh,
woods
that's
being
right.
eaten.
That's right. Your horse is at the edge of the woods being eaten.
Wait, you guys had horses?
Well, I had a mule.
Yes, technically I had a mule. It was not a horse.
What's your mule called? John-
My
John-
mule is John Mulaney.
And mine is
John
Artax.
So yeah, yours is definitely dead at this point, right?
I realized that I cannot show any love for the horse because if I love anything, Hal kills it immediately.
That's not true. I'm gonna let your love grow just a little bit before killing it.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm allowed to love things only for a short amount of time, so the crushing blow is so much worse.
That's right. We've got to let it warm your cockles just a little, just
Well,
so that you're gonna get your cockles tepid before we rip away that thing you like.
And I need to keep Artax alive so that I can practice at next level and try awaken animal on him before I try it on Tatia's tiger.
You're going to awaken just a random horse.
A mule. And then he'll be my mule, but he'll be intelligent.
And then he can complain about his back the whole time you're riding.
Aw.
Well,
You know,
but he'll be my
Buligup-
friend.
Zip will finally be able to hear about it and address his feelings. Their
Are you-
feelings. Their feelings.
Are
I
you
don't
really
know.
gonna just like randomly awaken every goddamn creature you find?
No, because that gets expensive really fast.
Oh yeah, because it's thank God they put a price on that spell.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I will put every dime, every gold piece that Tatia has into that. She would so be into it. Let's just talk to all the creatures.
Well,
So, yeah,
I
it comes-
can
Wait,
awaken
you guys have
trees.
money?
Yeah.
It comes down. It
Maybe after
opens
we sell some of those gemstones we picked up.
it opens up the interesting argument of if you awaken Nicodemus, does he then become an NPC, and how does that affect Tatia's special ability as an oracle to have a companion?
Yes. Does she get a new one? Does she just do I just depower her? Do I have to anthropomorphic animal and permanency him then too, so that he can, actually
Walk around with a monocle.
yeah. Then
He
you'll
would be
think
so
he's a
cute.
Rakshasha.
Dude,
Oh,
if
Mr.
we get a
Peanut.
fucking tiger with a monocle, I will lose my shit.
Yeah, but as long as you don't fall in love with it too hard,
Please, then it will be my bit of call.
then it's only a matter of time. Just don't give him a drum.
The
Oh.
only downside for you is if I awaken him, he's automatically my friend.
That's okay.
I also suspect that Buligup hates Al, so that Al can stay.
Right,
around
that's what it
forever.
is. He's trying to make you immortal because he hates
Wait,
you.
if I pretend to love Al, will he be murdered off horribly? Can that happen?
He'll be
I mean-
pretending to be Rebel. Al will pretend. to
I mean,
kill
see
him.
what happened with that illicit love affair between you and Akezdu,
And Kiernan.
right?
I'm just saying,
Actually, come to think of it, the last time that I started to have a relationship in the game was the Skull and Shackles, when I started the relationship with the woman you then kidnapped almost immediately. You're a real piece of shit friend, you know that?
It's not when you started trying to make people wear masks.
You know
That's-
what?
But there's a
They
lot
have-
less love in Call of Cthulhu. They haven't got time for that. So, after that wonderful review and that light-hearted discussion of why Nick can't find love anywhere, what are you doing? You're setting up a watch outside, you said? Or are you not?
Sounds wise, but what do people think? We're a proto-democracy or something?
Oh, Al's already asleep. Okay, did you know small animals sleep more time per day than larger animals do?
yeah, because they need to rest and recover more, right?
Yeah, and so he's already asleep. He killed the sentry robot. He killed one of the giants. He had a big day.
Yeah,
He
You're
is
just like
at
curled
the
up
top.
like a little kitty cat, and you're just like,
So,
Oh, yeah.
have you figured out if Nicodemus can actually get into the rope trick? Because I think we discussed getting him up a rope is probably a challenge.
Well, I made a ladder log for him when we were traveling to Idenve, so I probably pulled that out of the portable hole so that he can get up there.
yeah, it's like a little boat ladder.
Also, stackers can jump pretty fucking high, eh?
Yeah, but I mean, he's jumping into a space that is just basically a non-existent hole in the air.
Kind of like a fireman's slide. Like it's like up there.
There's no
and a little
hole. You just vanish into
you need
another
to
place.
So Tatia actually, she just like, I don't know, just grabs him with the tail and runs. I'm sure she's got a buffing.
Right, that's right.
somewhere.
Grab the tiger by the tail. That's never been known to be a bad idea.
Oh, and what the heck? Since I haven't used my spontaneous cast, I will touch all the bipedal party members and cast Keep Watch.
What does it do?
Touch me.
Let me pull up the text real quick. The spell enables the subjects to stand watch or keep vigil through the night without any ill effects. Subjects suffer no fatigue and gain all useful benefits of a full night's rest.
Oh, that's
Subject
pretty
gains
nice.
hit
So
points as though
you
they're
could all
resting.
just
Wizards,
stay awake.
yeah, wizards prepare spells as though they'd slept 8 hours and so on. Effects that rely on actual sleep or dreaming are ineffective, although the subjects are still susceptible to effects that would put them to sleep, such as sleep or de-slumber.
So
Any vigorous activity.
Tatia can't use her automatic writing ability.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of nice to use, considering we just found a map with a big bug.
Well, I could not touch you if you bring that up. Or
Ooh, it's
I
Fury.
mean, as much as so thing, is it okay if you still touch me? Can I have a hug? Thank you. So Tatia goes in for a big, big hug, and she smiles, and Nicodemus starts to purr.
I hug awkwardly back.
Alexander, so now that I have all this extra time that I figured I was going to be sleeping, do you have any books? Like, I could read lots of books in the hours while we're awake that I would otherwise have been sleeping.
I would like to spend 8 hours because I would like to sort of sleeping because I'd like to set up my horse mantle.
Hearth mantle.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So
So the spell he cast on you doesn't stop you sleeping. It just means you don't have to sleep.
Oh, then Al's already asleep.
I just want to get on my hit points back, you know?
Al has curled up, like with his nose to his tail in a ball, and he's just
You'll still
already
get your hit
out.
points back, like as if you'd rested, right? The spell doesn't stop
Yeah.
you regaining hit points.
No, you get it as if you had full night's sleep.
Still a long rest.
Although vigorous
Yeah.
fighting will end it.
Vigorous fighting. As opposed to just not vigorous fighting.
Yes.
Just gentle
If-
fighting.
If you cast
Half
Fireball and decimate something, it's like, oh, that doesn't count.
And I think I will spend 2 hours scribing a scroll. Because I need to do that more often.
Right. What are you going to scribe?
Let's see, I can do at least a second level. I will do a... Let's do a protection from evil communal.
Hmm.
How do scrolls work? Is anyone able to do it, or do you have to have
There's
some kind
a
of
feat
skill,
called Scribe
ability,
Scroll
or,
that lets you scribe scrolls.
Yeah, wizards get it automatically, but yeah.
Then when you
So
make
you
scroll,
can...
can anyone use
any
it, or
wizard
only
could use it because
Alexander?
it's a wizard spell or arcane spell, but then if you have the use magic device skill, you could use that to try and set it off as
Activated.
well.
I don't think I do. I do not. I have technologist and some other stuff.
Wow.
That was incredibly loud. What was that?
Yeah. That, I think, was Evan's text message tone.
Sorry, that
Ah, that's good.
I'm Evan, and people want to contact me.
I'm on a train. Yes, it's good.
And
Good.
let's see, that will cost me that much. Okay.
What you're scribing? Protection from evil.
Communal.
That's interesting.
And then I will deduct that out of my prepared scroll making stuff supply.
Buligup has been cast out of the party.
Ah. Yeah, protection from evil. Hang on, how would that affect Kanan? Because he is technically evil.
Well, it depends. I've seen people rule where it's only supernatural evil, but it's kind of ambiguous the way the spell's written.
Yeah, I always think those spells are a bit ambiguous. Open to interpretation for good GMs.
Yeah, that's one of the ones where I thought about doing protection from technology, but yeah, it's wards creature from attack from evil creatures, mental control, and from summoned creatures.
Right. Okay. So, anybody doing any healing? So everybody gets back their level for the overnight rest.
Yes.
Is-
Twice
is,
their level.
is Tatcha
Yep.
twice their level? Is Tatcha going to cast anything on anyone to make sure
Yes,
they get healed?
Does anybody need any healing?
I'm good after rest.
All right,
Okay.
good. So then,
We took
Tatia is
remarkably
going
little
to
damage.
cast Moonlit Script.
So you're going to use your Moonlit Script ability?
Ooh.
Woo!
Correct.
All right. Which version of your Moonlit Script ability are you using?
Which version?
Oh, that's right, because you can ask about
Oh, are we
specific
going
things.
to
Yes,
be
no.
some?
The Moonlit Script is once per night while you sleep, your hands produce mysterious writing that pertains to the future. At first level, the prophetic writing manifests as an augury spell with a 90% effectiveness. At fifth level, the writing takes the form of a divination with 90% effectiveness.
Yes.
And so that's where I would use it, right? Because eighth
Uh,
level wouldn't matter.
You are 8th level.
Yeah.
Oh, we are at yay! So then at eighth level, the writing manifests as a casting of commune with no material component required.
Very commune is pretty sweet.
It can be
So-
pretty sweet.
Can you handhold me through this process just a little bit? So whenever I do this is the one where I have to ask a question with a yes or no answer, correct?
It depends on the spell you choose to cast.
Right.
How do you mean?
So you have three things you can do with the spell. You can
Yes.
cast Commune, you can cast
Mhm.
Augury, or you can cast that other one that...
Oh,
Divination.
okay. That's what you
Divination.
mean. Sorry. I
Yes,
did
so
not-
depending on the spell, depends on how we approach the spell.
Yes.
So, starting with commune.
Yes.
So, normally it would cost you 500 gold to cast this spell.
You should be communing nightly. Jeez.
Yeah, right. So it's a personal spell with a duration of 1 round per level, so 8 rounds. You contact your deity or agents thereof and ask questions that can be answered by a simple yes or no. You are allowed 1 such question per caster level. The answers given are correct within the limits of the entity's knowledge. Unclear is a legitimate answer because powerful beings of the outer planes are not necessarily omniscient. In cases where a one-word answer would be misleading or contrary to the deity's interests, a short phrase of 5 words or less may be given as the answer instead. The spell, at best, provides information to aid your decisions. The entities contacted structure their answers to further their own purposes. If you lag, discuss the answers, or go off to do anything else, the spell ends.
Which won't be a problem while she's asleep, at least.
Well, she has to prepare her questions, right? So we have to go through the process. So I would assume it's an active process for commune, where she writes her question and then she writes her answer. So it wouldn't be like she could prepare in advance. You could talk about what you wanted to ask, but the actual question and answer would still be live as part of the spell, because the duration of the spell is still only 8 rounds.
So, now that y'all have heard all of that, Tatia would ask everybody.
Are you casting commune, or are you casting augury, or are you casting the other one that I can never remember?
Divination.
Thank you.
I would be casting commune.
Why?
Huh?
As opposed to augury or
Yes.
Divination.
Okay, so we've discussed this before, right? So the commune spell's great. It'll give you great information about what a god might know, but some of the god doesn't know anything about the future, for example.
So,
Whereas some of the other spells allow you to predict the future.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on what you want to know, which spell you would pick.
So Tatia's intent with communicating, or at least so everybody, I'm thinking about using Moonlit Script to communicate with Desna and see if we could get a little bit of information based off of the new clues that we have, especially regarding the map and this symbol. I am wondering, it would be relatively easy for me to ask her if this is, maybe related to her. Is this supposed to be a butterfly? She could say yes or she could say no, but if no, then we don't know what it means. Do any of you have something you think we should ask? Any ideas or plans?
Like if the big bug is antagonistic, or well, I mean, we're coming here for Furkos Zoud at his tower. We might want to know if he's at home or alive, or
Weren't we gathering supplies and intel on how to fight a mist a deity or an enemy of?
I made Tatia a Ghostbane Dirge spell page so she can make things that are corporeal, because that was a problem for us before. That might not work with smoke, but I have Gust of Wind and some stuff.
Smoke, yeah.
That's the thing. Although Smoke
Smoke
Wizard normally isn't a thing, but then also he supposedly left the Technic League, so it might be part of a clever ruse to hide from the Technic League.
I mean, there are a lot of smoke spells and fog spells in the game. It wouldn't be unheard of for somebody to specialize in that kind of thing.
Well, true, but that's a weird flavor specialization and not like one of the known schools you get trained in. Like
no, if you go deeper into it, smoke is between like the two, fire and air, is it?
Well,
smoke?
for the elementals, yeah, but that's almost more the clerical realms, isn't it?
I don't know. I won't write this. Somebody wrote this book in an afternoon, I think. So
And then nobody proofread it.
right.
I mean, it would be really nice if we could find out if there's another entrance to his tower, but then there'd be no way to ask about how we locate that. So.
You haven't actually seen his tower. It may just have a big open door.
It's true. We might want to save those kind of questions for after we get close.
See his tower.
Yeah. Just like I was thinking, there's all sorts of spells I could prepare to save us from smoke or whatever else, but, protection from energy might be better or something.
I mean, he probably ate the smoke fruit, and so he got that.
Oh, he's a blunt wizard.
Could we ask if it's in our fate or if it's necessary to handle the bug? Like, is that required to do that? I mean, can we ask that kind of question? Like, is it the will of the gods
commune
necessary?
will give you yes or no answers based on the knowledge of the deity you're talking to.
So we could ask if it would be a good thing for us to go there, maybe, or...
I mean, you could, and then it would be...
hostile, or...
Yeah, and that would be within the realm of whatever Desna or otherwise responds.
That's where why I often don't take these spells, just because it's really a pain to try and come up with really good questions.
You know what? And that's why I never stress myself out about it. It's always a crapshoot. Either she's going to give me an answer I won't, or she won't.
I mean, that's true if she's not spending the 500 gold on it.
Sure.
I mean,
were those mushrooms edible?
Luckily, this is just one of these weird things she decided to tease me with. I may tell you something. I'm in it.
However, if she does use it at great length for no real purpose, she might make Desna a bit grumpy.
That mug looks so huge in your hands, Whit.
A little bit mad if I was always asking her for her secrets. She's like, I'm gonna let it be a little exciting.
Well, it's yes or no. You can't ask her like, what's your secret gumbo recipe? It's like, does it have oregano? Does it have?
That's right. And over time, you could build up the
It would
gumbo
take me
recipe.
a very long time to figure out what Desna's secret chili recipe is.
Exactly.
Why do you need to ask Desna? I am an award-winning chili chef. I can make the chili for you.
Well, then I guess we don't need her for that anymore.
I win awards, thank you very much. Je vous remercie.
Was it a good award?
Oui. I won best vegan chili at the Houston Roller Derby Chili Cook-Off 8 years in a row. And
how many vegan chilies were in the running?
You know, that's not really important.
The one thing that gets me is if you ever look at the cans of chili in the store, which you shouldn't, but there's chili con carne, which is what? Chili with meat. But some of them say chili con carne with beans.
Yes. Whitney can explain why chili.
Well,
you're
then-
fucking wrong.
But then when you get rid of the beans and the meat, the chili is just the sauce.
Yeah, it's just spicy sauce at that. It's just soup at that point.
But it is. It's a big Texas thing. Is that supposedly the beans take away from the flavor, and so true Texas chili doesn't have beans. I put beans in my chili though.
Go to Cincinnati chili, just if you want to be horrified.
Cincinnati has chili?
It's the
No,
fucking
they think they
dumbest
do.
ever. It's
It's like
chili
somebody
on
telling
top
you
of
to go to New York
spaghetti.
for barbecue.
Like, they're so fucking smart. Like, hey, we took chili and we put it on top of spaghetti.
Well, Chicago does
Cincinnati
that too with
chili,
pasta. Yeah, so
Isn't that just spaghetti?
right? Fuck out of here, Cincinnati.
What the hell? It's just spaghetti. Oh man. I'm gonna try that next time.
You don't need to. It's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, we have Cincinnati chili. It's fucking spaghetti and chili. Like, whoop-de fucking do.
let's see. You might want to do if we should go to the bug, if we should fight the bug.
So I was thinking something
Should we
like,
seek the bug?
These are great ideas. Maybe does this image represent our enemy?
It's going to be a tough one while you're sleeping to say this image, but
Well,
Okay,
it is the rune dig.
okay. It sounds like you have no fucking clue what you're doing. So should we just cast the commune spell and be done with it?
Yes, and that
Sounds
is
like-
what we are
It
doing.
sounds like someone's kicking a seal in the background.
No, it is my dog Ditto, because I put him in his crate, which means that we're all dead and dying and we're never leaving our rooms ever again, and he's never going to be fed, and he's going to be the saddest dog for the rest of time. He's actually going to outlive everybody because he's so sad.
Why would you do that to
Right.
your dog?
Yeah, that
I know,
seems
I'm the
really mean.
worst dog mom ever. That's why he's crying like a seal. A baby seal that's getting clubbed behind me.
It does sound like
Seals
he's
are too
getting
young to club.
clubbed behind you. Go clubbing, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, I'm
the
gonna
club.
go get him
Yeah.
and put him in the room with me.
Is it a bad sign that I'm cracking open a second beer already?
Hang on, did we just lose wit because we were about to commune?
Mid-commune?
Well, I don't know if you know this about Whitney, but she has the most squirrel brain of any person ever.
Even Squirrel Girl?
Like, if ADD had ADD, that would be Whitney.
Hey, Wit!
I am really bad about that, am I?
So you were casting commune, right?
Yes, so Tatia is casting commune with moonlit script. She's pulling out the pretty pad and her glitter gel pin. It's purple and sparkly. She starts
Okay.
writing a sweet little note to Desna and drifting off to sleep.
Okay, you fall asleep. Commune goes off. What's your first question?
The first question is, does this symbol represent our enemy?
Which symbol? How are you drawing the symbol?
Does the bug symbol from the map?
Dag is the name of the rune it is.
No.
Yes. How about we make this sound even better? Does the bug symbol from our recently acquired map
Jesus
represent our enemy?
Christ. No.
She says no, or I'm not allowed to ask like that.
No, that's the answer.
Okay. Alrighty, cool. So
Next question.
the next question will be, now the other dog is
Should we have bacon or sausage
I
in the
got
pot?
this. You commune, I will talk.
The next question is, I don't know. I mean, did we really have any other questions? I kind of think that was it. So Tatia goes, the next question
You
is,
could ask about the smoke wizard.
will the smoke wizard become my friend?
No.
Oh,
I could have answered that one.
you could potentially ask
If you
about the four elements.
if you continue talking like this, the spell will just stop.
There's always like the four elements of like, would protection from evil be beneficial?
The
protection from
spell has just ended.
Tatia snorts.
So the
And it
problem
goes
with this spell is it specifically says if you piss about, it ends.
Yeah.
If you talk about it, it ends. It's all on the caster. That's part of the control.
All right.
So now
Is it
what are you
the
doing?
next- Well, are we all still asleep or are we awake now?
You can wake up now and it can be morning.
All right. So Tatia
So in the morning, Al is making bombs as he does every morning. It's part of his routine. He like brushes his teeth, He takes a leak and then he makes some bombs. Hey, so Tatia, what did you learn from
So
commuting last night?
Tatia pulls a piece of paper off of her face that's really wet and smeared. She goes, "Ah, shit." And then she looks up to Al and says, Al, why were you brushing your teeth and peeing at the same time?
He's more efficient that way. I have
No.
more time to make bombs. But you learned
No.
from Tatia.
No, my little friend, it's so got pee-pee mouth.
He's not technically wrong. It is quicker that way and more efficient. I mean, I'm not saying you should do it, but from a
he's
technical
also-
standpoint, he is correct.
But he's
Okay,
a rodent.
well-
He doesn't need to brush his teeth. He just needs to file them down so they don't grow through his bottom lip.
That's true.
True. By brushing, he chews on the brush. He takes a brush and he chews on the wood until the teeth are sharp and clean.
Well, Al,
What does brushing your teeth
Hal,
do, guys?
could I,
you do what you want. You do what you want. I
I would
am
like
not
to
going
look
to change
out.
the way I brush on my teeth, and I'm just don't kiss me with that mouth.
You know, I start saying, Tatia, you commune to the deity, and like you're talking about brushing your teeth and peeing. Like maybe we go
So
back to
if
the
you want to
commuting.
get in my personal bubble for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to need to spray you down with some cleaner, or you're going to have to brush your teeth again.
I have
But
3 in 1
do
body
you want to know
shampoo.
what's on my piece of paper? Because I'm pretty sure I got some answers. Okay, then go brush your teeth.
Yes.
Without
Okay, can I look at?
All right. So she turns to Alexander and to Buligup and says, well, it looks like this is neither the smoke wizard is not going to be my friend, which is really distressing to me. I don't understand why. I'm having a really hard time understanding why I can't just whoop him into being our friends, but that's okay.
I feel like we already knew that evil smoke wizard was probably not going to be our friend. The person who turned this entire forest into dead grossness was probably not going to be friends with us. I feel like that would have been an obvious one.
You know, for somebody whose deity is all about love and beauty and art, you know, you really have a pessimistic view of things. Friendship can change the world, Buligup.
I'm sorry. It must have happened when my entire village was slaughtered in front of me. Maybe that turned me off a little bit. I'm gonna go check and make sure there's no one waiting outside this hole to murder us all. And the Buligup kind of like looks out the bottom of the hole to make sure there is no one down there.
Make me a perception check.
Oh shit! You know my perception is.
I mean, if you're gonna look at stuff, I'm gonna make perception.
I know.
21's pretty good. Okay, you don't see anyone out there ready to murder you, but you do see kind of tucked up, kind of behind one of the tents. There's like a little glint of metal that you didn't spot before.
Oh.
All right, I would. Hey guys, I'll be right back. I think I see something. Just listen for my screams in case someone tries to kill me.
Screw you! You're not going by yourself. I want to see the cool
I
shit
jumped-
too.
You don't know what I'm going to see. I just said I'll be right back. I'm going to go check on something.
He's going to
Tatia
go
looks
take
at
a pee.
Alexander and says, "Do you compute some mischief?"
Perhaps, but I can just poke my head through the hole and shoot a lightning bolt at anything if it attacks him.
Sounds good.
All right.
Let's go.
So I go and check it out.
Are you going to use your Patagia to get down there?
I thought we had like a rope or something.
Yeah, but if I had Patagia, I'd be using them all the goddamn time.
Fine, I will use my Patagia to climb down, to float down like a little feather.
What's great
In
is his
circles.
armor
In
training lets
circles.
him do that in heavy armor still, too.
Well, yeah, technically he's in heavy
little
armor.
At the
But
bottom.
no, it's like light armor, medium armor, whatever. So it doesn't matter.
You land lightly and skillfully right by the little glint. You see that In the grass, there's a small kind of, well, relatively small, probably not small to you, a 2 to 3 foot across wheel, like a metal wheel that appears to have a spindle coming out the back of it that's been broken.
Oh, like the ones on submarine hatches.
Sure. Or maybe like a cartwheel of a small car or a steering wheel of a car. Not that you've ever seen a car, but something like that.
I'll pick it up and let's see. I want to know if I can guess anything about what this does. Bloop. Does that do anything?
And knowledge, it does look like stuff you've seen before or heard about. It does look like it may be associated with a door or some kind of sealed area, or it may be some part of some kind of vehicle potentially.
And I'll see it.
You're
from where
busy.
he
You're busy
is, or
cleaning your
is
teeth and peeing in your
Al,
face or whatever you were doing.
No, I'm done. I already
He's a quick pee.
said.
Can I check again and look for anything that is out there? Just do another look around.
Search, yeah, go for it.
So nothing. He's not screamed. I'll look out.
Another
and see
not
if he's
great perception roll.
You search around and you don't think you find anything else. There's nothing of importance left here.
I go back up into the hidey hole and I go. I found this out in the grass. It is a wheel of some sort, maybe for a vehicle or perhaps open a door somewhere.
Good.
What kind of metal is it?
So Al is technical. Could Al do a check as well to kind of see if Al recognizes it from a manual or something he may know? All right.
Yeah,
Now,
you've seen one like that on
that.
an airship once, you think, maybe.
I will also examine it.
And to see how many people are more right.
34.
Fucking hell.
You agree with Buligup. It
He
could
can
be
tell
associated
everything
with a
about it.
vehicle of some kind. It could be part of a door. You're not 100% certain.
In fairness, like if you brought something back and held it up and said, "Hey, I found this," everyone should kind of do like an engineering. Like,
Sure.
that's not
And
like
be like-
searching around. That's like,
Yeah.
I found this thing. Does anyone know what it is?
Does it look like it was gracefully
Yeah.
removed for something, or the giants wrenched it off something, or
It looks like the spindle on the back of it, where you assume it connects, is snapped.
ah? Okay, well, perhaps we'll find what it connects to and be able to make it whole again. Well, even mending will probably work with that. Oh, by the way, I'm going to mend my clothes for any of the tatters that were done overnight.
It's just mend your clothes every morning.
Yeah, because I'm dropping the Jolt transcript in favor of mending again, so that I can keep my clothes fresh. So I'll do mending and prestidigitation to clean myself. And
I gotcha, because in 63 episodes, I don't think you've cast Jolt once.
oh, no, I did a couple times when I was like out of useful spells. When I was like, only casting
But
spells.
now you're more powerful.
Yeah, the D3 of electricity damage just isn't really worth sacrificing keeping my clothes fresh.
Okay.
So all we know is that the smoke wizard does not want to be friends with us, and there might be a giant bug around here, perhaps.
That is not our enemy.
Maybe it is not our enemy.
Perhaps
Not
we
It
yet.
does not represent our enemy.
I mean, not yet, it isn't.
So perhaps we should go see it and see if it's going to become our enemy or our ally or indifferent or...
If it is going to become wheel or wall.
Yes, unless we want to just forge onto the tower and ignore the big bug that the giants were going to test the weapons on.
I mean,
Everybody drink, and then I think we should go investigate the bug.
let us go investigate things.
Bug out?
Okay, hang on. Let me check the map here. Where are you? You're in the Giants' camp.
We.
We indeed. So, from where
That
you
is
are
true.
in the Giants' camp, according to the Giants' excellent map, the bug is basically on the opposite side of the tower. You'd have to literally walk by the tower to get to the bug.
Oh, okay. I thought it was where it was on the map that we have.
It
not-
is. It is on the map that you have. You don't have a map.
No,
I don't-
the maps that we are on right now.
Oh, no. It's not like 30 feet north of you. No, that was me
Oh.
showing you what the symbol looked
Yeah,
like
okay,
on the map that you found.
So
So-
that I thought you were saying right there. I was like, what?
No. It's you think it's quite a way. So you see where the metal robot is on the Giants map. You think it's probably, you're not far from the tower. You think that you're probably 300 or 400 feet through the undergrowth should get you to where the tower supposedly is.
So do we want to pass in front of the tower and check it out, or do we want to skirt around the tower and do a Widdershins or Diosel orbit of that to get to the bug so that we can not alert the wizard to our presence
The wizard.
if he's not already aware?
I get the feeling that the bug should happen first, and maybe a long, maybe going around the tower, and would give us an opportunity to kind of scope
Wait,
the place out a little bit.
Read the checklist again for me. The things to do list.
Oh, the
Ah. Let us see. What does the map say? I can find it.
I also
Do
have
you
it in my
have it
notes
up?
if you don't.
There we go. No, it was get metal things, test weapon on Big Bug, use on Technic League, and revenge.
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 It makes me a little not quite sad, I guess, but if the Giants were against the Technic League, maybe we should have just destroyed them, but then they were stupid in trying to destroy us, so I guess it's...
We gave them a chance. They said no.
And they probably wouldn't have been good allies against the
They hate
Technic League, so...
And they didn't want to help. They just wanted to eat alchemist.
They were being sarcastic.
That's right. They were being sarcastic.
And lying about a magic sword.
I have to say, sarcasm and revenge are pretty complicated concepts for giants. That's pretty impressive.
They were the smart ones that escaped.
Steve and the other guy.
Yeah.
All right. So, what I mean, that is my suggestion, is to walk around towards the bug, give us some time to scope out the area a little bit, hopefully go undetected by the wizards. If for some reason we are detected, well, I think I'm ready for a good fight. Are you?
I mean,
Yes.
I'm always ready for a fight.
Could you do what?
I don't know that I have any way to damage smoke anything.
You could just go
Yeah.
and then chew.
You might not be...
I mean, I can spew bees out my mouth. I mean,
You have
that's
you have
kind
vomit
of cool,
swarm.
but
It's so
He
hilarious.
might not be made of smoke, but he might use a lot of smoke spells. But he might be
Maybe he just
spiders.
smokes a lot. Maybe he's like Kanan. Kanan used to smoke.
oh, wasps.
true. But he looked human on the image.
I mean, yes, he looked humanoid for definite, human-ish. Then you look human-ish at a distance on a crappy video.
Wow. Now I'm insulted. Okay. So we should try to get to the bug, but not go directly into whatever clearing the tower is in. So can Buligup lead us through the forest?
Sure.
I think he has those survival type skills.
I'm quite survival prone.
Do we want to go above or below? Which way do we want to go around the tower?
It is there a better map of the area?
Around it?
Do I not have? I don't.
You don't have a map because I never gave you one. Basically, the bug is off to the west of you, and so is the tower, and you would technically pass basically right by the tower to get to the bug from where you currently are.
So we can either go north or south or just pass through whatever clearing the tower is in, assuming it's not. Do you want to try and go north or south of the tower to the bug?
Which way looks like? Can we see on the map which way looks less?
It's literally just some scrollings by a giant.
Okay, I don't know.
Map not to scale.
Okay.
Well, we do have the. So can we compare it to our map of Numeria?
I mean, it's just all forest around you. You're in the middle of a very dense forest. And these places kind of pop up out of the forest. You can actually probably see the top of the smoke tower from where you are.
So we can use that as a navigation point to get close and then skirt around it and walk away from it the other side.
Let's go around the south, because why not?
South sounds good. South is towards where our horses are, right?
The south side. The south side.
Should
So
we
what do you-
go check on our horses, or they're probably good for a day or two?
I'm sure they're fine.
Where are
They'll
you?
find some grass to graze on.
You're purposefully going. Are you skirting the tower, as in you'll be able to see it, or are you purposefully avoiding the tower?
I think
I
we
want
should.
to be able to see it.
Yeah, I think we should try to skirt around in the brush without going into any clearings. Maybe like in the forest around, so we can get a view on it, but not as easily be seen.
Okay, sounds good.
Do we
You
need
head
to?
up-
Do we need to roll any sort of stealth checks or anything?
Oh, I will fail those, because I'm going to be keeping up detect magic to see if we run across any magical wards through the forest.
What are you doing?
I'm going to be doing detect magic in case, he's got alarm spells when we get near his tower or anything. So
Okay. Okay. So you head towards the tower. You're being very careful and slow, and apparently casting all kinds of magic and stuff.
Yeah, how
There's
Um,
like little fireworks of different colors are poofing above us as we walk through the forest.
I'm a human. I'm an elf. I'm a half elf. Oh.
Okay. So you head off through the forest, and you get to the edge of the clearing where the tower is. The smoke coming out of it is thicker here. It's just billowing down the
GM
outsides.
bonus.
It's I have a GM bonus too. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You sound like it.
Hopefully it'll be a bonus to the big bug giving us fat loots.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how
Um,
that works for us ever.
Yeah.
the tower is kind of a mismatched thing made of mostly metal that rises up out of the forest. The top of it is filled with chimneys just smoking into the sky, and some of it kind of just runs down the side and into the forest.
Heavier than air smoke.
There is a door on the eastern side of the tower. The tower itself is about 60 feet across and about 220 feet high.
What does that door look like?
The door. I can give you a description of the door. All the pipes and there's lots of piping and venting running up the tower. It reminds you a little bit of Scrap Wall, but the structures are better. Like things ad hoc, kind of connected to the outside as you're going. Okay, if you're looking at the entrance, this towering stone structure rises high above the tops of the surrounding trees. The tower's walls are made of metal and stone and stained black with greasy soot. Its roof is metal cone crowded with a forest of pipes and chimneys belching smoke into the sky. The tower's few windows are narrow and slatted with thick metal grills, and its only door is a metal rectangle with rounded corners, 12 feet high and 9 feet wide. The door bears no knob or handle, only a 2-inch wide hole in the center, the edges of which are cracked and bent as if a tremendous force wrenched something free.
Almost like the wheels that we have.
I mean, almost.
Are there like giant footprints around here?
There are. I didn't add that, but you're not close enough to the door to see them. Yes,
Yeah.
there are a large number of immense humanoid footprints mar the ground surrounding the tower.
Alexander,
Yes.
does it look like the wheel we have would fit in that slot over there?
Possibly. Good spotting the wheel.
Would we make engineering checks for that?
We might have to get closer. We might want to save that for after the bug.
Yeah, I mean, if you go in, you could take a look at it. An engineering check would work.
Do you want to do that now, or?
Yeah, I'm going to sneak over and see if that's what it is.
I will follow him in case he needs assistance.
Okay. You sneak across the clearing towards the entrance to the tower. It's pretty nasty here. But you get there. You match up kind of the end of the ring with the bent part of the door, and yeah, it's a match. This is clearly where this wheel came from.
Is it broken? Is it like broken off or?
Oh, well, you could kind of put it back together, but they tore it upwards and bent the yoke that comes out the back and then snapped it. So there's a bent piece on the door, and the piece that comes out the back is also bent. So even if you managed to somehow connect it, it would never turn again unless you used magic to fix it.
Are we talking like make whole magic or mending, or what level of messed up is this?
You think either would work, or you could potentially jury rig the wheel with a disable device check, or do something like that. It might be possible to rig up something to turn this around, but definitely mending or make whole would work.
So we should probably not attach the wheel now and take it with us so nobody else can get in while we're dealing with the bug, but I do have mending currently.
Okay, that is good. At least we know now where this thing goes.
And I'm good at disable device.
What was that?
Now no one wants to talk.
So, okay, so let us continue our way over to where we think this giant bug is.
Okay, you continue past the tower, back into the forest, and you wander off through the thick, hacking your way through the trees again to another small clearing in the forest. Let's see if I've got
Not
a description.
ominous. Was that wheel like normal steel, or?
Yeah, it seemed to be. Well, it doesn't seem to be any special kind of metal.
Okay.
It's nth metal.
It's what?
Nth metal.
Metal.
Ah.
Would you like me to appraise it?
Ooh.
The trees and grass of this peaceful glade glow with a faint luminescence even in the daytime. At the north end of the glade is a wide, flat rock covered with colourful lichen. Under the rock is a cave opening only 3 feet tall, but 15 feet wide.
That's...
What?
So it's a Buligup. Buligup could walk in there, but...
Or a snake? Something.
Or a really wide thing like a flat butterfly,
Or a cockroach. Giant, immense cockroach.
Oh, like Damnation Alley.
Yeah, like that.
What's that?
It's another one for your list.
All right. To do damnation, Allie.
We need to start assigning you films to watch because you're terrible at picking them on your own.
I'm terrible at watching stuff on my own because I sit down, I'm like, I'm gonna watch a movie, and then my dog barks, and then my kid barks, and then my husband. No.
At least you watch Vibes. That's
I'm
which is
just
totally
kidding.
not in
You
the
don't
in
bark
the.
at-
Of all the
gaming,
movies you
oeuvre of
could
it.
have watched, you made her watch that one. You could have done hundreds of other great movies.
I'm just saying that was a great movie, and I loved it. And
I mean, no lies, but I mean, we're waiting for our review of Hawk the Slayer yet.
I haven't done that, have I?
No.
Nope.
So what I'm thinking is you need to just do a written review of like Zardoz and Hawk the Slayer, and then we can begin there.
Yes, I do. Because
I mean, it doesn't have to be any longer than that great intro you did to this game.
Yeah. Totally. It was great.
It's the best intro we've had in 63 episodes.
So
Well,
what
thank you.
What do you guys think about this opening? There is clearly there's a cave that I am almost certain the bug is living in.
Tatia takes off her sandal and kind of shakes it. Her boot, and shakes it because something was inside of it. And she takes the little rock.
It's
that
a
falls
magic.
out of the
It's a
shoe and
It's
she
a magical
mage
boot.
hands it.
There weren't no rocks inside of that.
Oh, they
What?
did. So they did resize from gnome for her, right?
Yeah, they did.
Mm.
It would suck for both boots to be gnome-sized.
Yes.
It only.
Well, then only Al
Maybe
could wear.
he
Al
does.
or Buligup could wear them.
Maybe I could put them around like booties around my neck or something.
Booty.
Rocking everywhere?
Yeah,
Well, it is a peaceful glade, and
but it was like a rock in the bottom of my shoe, and so I mage hand it. And what happens whenever I mage hand a little rock into the middle of the field?
So
So you're throwing a rock into the middle of the field, pretty
That's
much.
all I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay, you throw a rock.
hey guys, how do we want to like introduce ourselves or engage this giant bug thing? This giant
well, it depends
bug
if
that
it
we
speaks
presume is
any
here.
language we know,
Do we
or
want to like? Yeah, I mean, and it may be irritating or it may get mad if we like go in the cave. So like, do we want to call it out? Do we want to like?
well, most
I don't
living
know.
things react better to
I
Tatia
don't
than to any of the rest of us. So
That's true.
Buligup just stretches
You know,
and walks into the middle of the clearing and yells, Bonjour!
There you go.
Parlez-vous?
So you yell across the clearing, and there's motion inside the cave.
Tatia gets excited and moves a little bit closer to get a good look and see if she can find anything crawling or moving, like what she can actually spot in that dark area.
Okay, the creature moving inside the cave is huge, literally huge. That would make it somewhere in the region of 16 to 32 feet in length. It is enormous, and it is coming out of the cave. It looks like a gigantic, enormous moth.
Ooh. Fucking Mothra.
It is basically Mothra. It glows a little bit.
I attempt to identify its creature type.
I attempt to identify its
Or-
creature type. It seems like a sad thing to say, doesn't it? I've gone the wrong goddamn screen. I'm trying to give you a picture here. I'm trying to do my job.
Is it the flesh-eating moths of Pango Pango, or an Azada, or a...
So Al scurries over to Tatia and he tugs at her leg don't know if he's wearing armor, right? Not pants, armor. He's heavy armor. So he kind of yanks on her cloak, or like, hey, so sometimes the pollen on moths that they drop the dust off them is toxic. Do you have those ointments ready?
I do, friend. We've got 5 of them.
Okay.
Make sure we don't need to use them.
Okay.
So
Yeah, let's have those ready.
it's
just
a magic
in case.
creature, so it's going to be Arcana to identify it.
Oh,
24 of Arcanas.
that's good.
I will also try Arcana.
Well, here's 33. You both recognize this creature as a Star Monarch.
Oh.
It's a Star Monarch. I read about these. What am I able to share with them that I have read?
So,
about
Star
our
Monarchs
monarch?
are gigantic moth-like creatures with a huge long tail resembling peacock feathers that trail behind it. They are known to be associated with dreams and Desna specifically. They can affect sleeping creatures. They can also generate a spray of glowing spittle. They are able to fly through the void of space.
Ooh.
And
These things
they're
are
pretty awesome.
awesome.
They're generally used as emissaries for Desna and those who wander about. They're seen as guardians of dream. Wherever they are, they give off this like glowing powder, which is something you could have identified had you bothered to look at it. Oh, they are also toxic, so don't. Oh, they are also toxic, so don't.
I'll tug on Tatia and says, I remembered that.
How do they feel about lightning? How do they feel about
Desna, right? Maybe you work for the same person. Maybe you can talk to this one.
I like that. You work for Desna. I like that. You work for Desna.
I hand her a couple empty vials. You guys become friends. Can you get some of their glowing spittle? I'm sure I could do cool stuff with that someday.
It's possibly true. It's possible.
I
Everybody wants
believe that
glowing
we should
spittle.
respect this beautiful creature.
Yeah, respect.
It climbs out onto a rock and just
Ooh, long timer.
stops in front of you.
In front of whom?
Just all of you.
Yeah, it's a giant fucking bug. Like,
It's huge. It's like 30 feet long from like the top of its proboscis to the ends of its tail.
it's bigger than a Buick.
Yeah, it's huge.
Hello?
A Buick.
Friend?
It looks at you. You start to kind of talk to it, and it starts to move forward
Uh-oh.
on its multiple legs. It lifts up one of its legs and reaches it out towards Tatia.
Gotcha.
Well, and it's huge. It's huge. The leg's probably 10 feet long.
So it reaches its leg out towards Tatia.
Yeah.
So
They nonchalantly get ready to cast a spell if it actually attacks her.
Starts to
Yeah,
push its
Tatia.
leg straight through Tatia.
Tatia reaches up her arm and outstretches towards the leg of the moth.
Hey. The leg kind of sidesteps your arm and heads towards your head.
Tatia stands there.
Okay. The foot just lightly touches your forehead.
And what happens?
Great.
A gentle caress.
Servant of Desna.
It's only to her, I assume.
It is.
Hello.
I am Long Dreamer. I felt your presence while you slept last night, but I could not reach out to you because you were in a space beyond this place.
My dog didn't like that. She started growling.
That's funny.
Right. You attempted to reach out to me. Thank you.
Well,
What
all
can
of you. I tried to send a dream to you, but you weren't there.
Ah,
What can I
My
do
bad.
to help you now?
Well, Al was asleep. Was he not able to receive it
Extra-dimensional
because he
space.
was in the
Yeah.
rope trick? Damn it.
Did you hear the last thing I said?
Oh.
Oh, okay. How can I help you? I am so sorry. I was not there to receive your message.
I was wondering if you had interest in the tower.
I do actually.
I am curious about it. This place, it has long affected my forest, and I hear things in the night from inside. There are dreamers in there, violent ones. I was wondering if maybe you could look inside and tell me what is there.
I would love to help you. Sure, I could do that. Can you
I-
tell me any more information?
I have tried to reach out to the dreamers in there, and their dreams are violent, always violent. Always. I tried to reach out and got nothing but hostility and anger. It is a dangerous thing. Whatever it is it harbors a great hatred. It dreams of carpets of flesh eating insects, feeding on the body of a man. Always the same man. A man called Furkas Jaud.
Furkas Jaug. That sounds terrible to have such awful dreams.
It is a dream of hatred. Not everyone dreams the light blessings of Desna.
As is true. And what do you hope to learn? Will it maybe make the dreams stop?
No, they do not bother me. Dreams of horror and terror are not uncommon. Everyone has nightmares from time to time. It is just strange that it appears nothing else in there seems to dream. I am curious, is all. I don't suspect there is no life in there, but there are no dreams in there, and that causes me concerns.
Yes.
Does Tatia seem distressed since she's quietly conversing with this thing with a...
No, she's just staring. She occasionally talks.
Okay, so we're hearing her side.
Yeah, unless she chooses not to actually speak, which she could do. It could hear her thoughts, but... Are you speaking when you answer it?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, rat dog.
She is. Give me just a second.
1001.
Good.
Well, at least if she's speaking, that's less concerning if she's just silent there while it probes her head.
So Tatia, the last thing that she heard was that there are the dreamers. Okay, so you say that the people that you believe there are beings inside, and only some of them dream, and those dreams are very bad.
There is only one dream. One dreamer I detect. There must be more. Something that hates this much has to have something to hate. But not every creature dreams.
So what is it that you hope to achieve?
I am curious. I want to understand this place. It is in my forest after all, and it would be nice if I understood it, where the hatred is coming from. Maybe I can help.
That would be, yes, let's do that. I will work with you on this.
I am too large to fit in there. I am unable to go inside. Nothing in there will accept me in their dreams, so you could go in. you could find out what is going on.
I will do that. Do you have any? Shall we make a plan?
What kind of plan? I would say that should you need to come out of that place to rest, I can offer my cave as a place of safety.
Thank you. We would greatly appreciate that.
And any magic I have, I can cast upon you if you wish it. Also, I can use Dream to send messages to anyone who you may need to talk to or summon here. I can
Would we
send...
be able to? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Would we be able to communicate with each other in our group through our dreams? Through your messages that you send?
I can pull you together into a single dream, but I would not recommend resting in that place. If you need to rest, I would certainly retreat out here.
Okay. Thank you. I do hope that we are able to make something good of this, and that I could do something good for Desna.
Our lady may have sent you here. Maybe it is her will that you look at this place for me.
Maybe. Maybe. Would you like to speak with my friends?
Did you deal with the giants that were here? Was that you?
We did, yes.
I felt their violence towards me. I was expecting them to attack at some point.
Oh, we actually felt a bit conflicted about that because we knew they wanted revenge on somebody. Do you know why? What? Is it possibly related to the smoke wizard?
I don't think so. I think that they had problems with the Technic League mages. They did something to their tribe and they were looking for revenge or retribution, and they found that robot here. And unfortunately it found them, and yes, things were not as nice as they might have been. They saw me as from time to time, and I think they had ideas to test their newfound weaponry on me.
Which weaponry? Was this the robot?
Yes, I think so.
Ah,
I don't
okay.
really know much about electronic things, about creatures of metal and glass.
And glass. Ah,
Yes.
okay. Glass. I understand.
Additionally, if you agree to go into the tower and help, I am more than happy to aid in your travel. I could carry you places on my back. I fly swiftly. If you needed to go somewhere. Yes.
Ooh.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We wouldn't want to cause you any trouble.
It is no trouble to me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Would you like to meet my friends?
I have met them. They are here. Oh, you mean talk to them?
Yes.
I mean, I can hear them.
All right. Well, we have Buligup. That is,
Bonjour.
I point towards Alexander and say, "This is Alexander."
We grab Nicodemus.
You know, and this is alchemist.
Yes.
He looks up with like awestruck eyes, like, wow.
Yeah.
They all have their unique talents and they're all eager to help.
Yes, I'm sure.
Tatia, could this one take us to the top of the tower? Maybe if we come into the top, we will find the fuckface in the place quickly and get it over with.
Actually, our friend has said that they can help fly us around. They will help with transportation.
Oh,
if you think,
fuck, yeah.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. I agree.
Everybody wants a giant moth for a friend.
Should we try to bring our mounts through the forest to here then, or?
You could do that if you wish. I can look after them for you.
Oh, thank you. That would be very appreciated. Thank you very much.
I am somewhat attached to my mount and would hate for anything untoward to happen to it.
All right.
Just eats the fucking horses.
With regards to landing on the tower, I don't think we can. There is no opening there. It is all pointed roofs and chimneys.
Was there
What
any
would be our best
windows?
entry point?
I mean, I could land on top. I have many legs and I can grip there, but you would slide off. It is not safe for you.
Not a small enough chimney for Buligup to slide down.
I would not climb down anything that pushes out that much smoke.
Yes.
What about are there any windows?
There are windows, yes, but they're small and grated.
So the best point of entry is through that that door at the front.
Unless there's a back door that probably is hidden. But
Well, you know Buligup is down to go through the back door, but
But don't. Shh.
it's finding it's the problem.
All right. So that is our best point of entry then, from what you've been able to see.
That is the purpose
I
of front
mean-
doors usually.
Invariably, the door is usually the way you would go into a place, yes.
Do you think it would be safe for us to just walk in through the front door?
I do not think that place is safe.
I don't think so either.
sweet.
The dreams I've heard coming out of there are certainly not pleasant. I would be very careful. Very careful indeed.
Yes. It sounds like it would be better. Does there ever seem to be a period of time when there is less activity, changes in the activity around the tower?
I don't watch it all the time. Nobody comes and goes. Never opens. No one goes in. The last activity was those giants who were trying to get inside it, and they failed.
But
All right.
only
well
one
then.
dreamer inside, no dreams from Furkos or anybody else. There.
I do not know who dreams. I only know there are dreams, and the dreams are always of creatures consuming the same man, and that man is Furcast Shoud.
Mm.
Maybe
it
he,
sounds like this person has a fear of being eaten.
maybe he dreams of insects eating him.
Or maybe this is some like deep psychological trauma from his childhood. He just needs a really good teddy bear.
Maybe. I'm not here to judge that.
Or
You know
he
what,
summoned
that's what
an
we find
intelligent
out when we
swarm
go
that
in the
wants to kill
door
him.
then. What can we do for you to show you how much we appreciate you and how thankful we are, other than to perform these services for you?
There is no need for anything. I have no needs at all. Just
you.
go to the tower and sate my curiosity.
We do thank you so much. I am so thankful and blessed that I was able to speak and commune with you. It was very nice to make your acquaintance today.
I am here if you need me.
Thank you. And Tatia turns towards the group and says, all right, it sounds like we've got a few extra tools in our pocket with our friends here.
What tools do we have?
So our friend Long Dreamer is saying that we have transportation. We also have access to some of their magic.
Mm-hmm.
Did he say anything about spittle? Did you ask
You know,
about
most of the time you don't just ask people to give you things like that right off the bat. Let's maybe, get past the getting to know you phase a little bit more. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
But
Try to ferry our mounts here, or is that something Long Dreamer could help us with, or should we just
Absolutely.
leave them and go?
Long Dreamer can go and help move them over here and keep an eye on them, and we can actually use this area as our sanctuary while we are investigating the tower.
A long foot comes out again to touch your forehead.
Okay.
I do not believe your horses would take kindly to riding on my back.
To Do we shove them in a little bag?
I don't think they'd take kindly to that either. I could put them to sleep and bring them that way, if you
Ooh,
would
that would
not
be a good
mind.
idea. How cool. Yes. Thank you.
Of course.
All right.
It extends its huge glowing wings and just takes to the air. It's
Tatia
fast.
looks up and is just mesmerized.
It's really fast. It's got like long, like peacock feathers for a tail as it flies off towards the south to find your horses.
So we're never walking anywhere again, right? Like we're just going to take this fucking thing everywhere.
Is this like
not
the,
fucking
like
walking
the
around
Eagles from
anymore.
Lord of the Rings?
Not walking around anymore. No, it's not a fell beast. It's a big moth.
Yeah. So I mean, if it travels through the void, it must be able to move quite sprightly.
So in the air, just flying through the sky, it moves at 80 feet around.
I'm glad we don't have to fight this thing.
You are.
Yeah.
Well, apart from anything else, it could have just put the entire party to sleep.
I'll fucking put it to sleep.
No.
Just-
Have fun trying.
Yeah, it's a bit big for you to do that with.
Think I won't choke a moth out.
So shall we start on our expedition then?
Whip.
Okay, you heading to the tower?
All right, let's do this.
All right. I need a timeout for a moment.
You'll get a timeout while I mess about with maps and nonsense. I think I have the tower.
Perfect.
I hope I have the tower. There it is. There's the
And I
tower.
will prepare to mend the wheel, unless Al would like to try to disable device it into place first.
Yeah, give me a stab at it. That way you can conserve
Well,
your magic.
mending's a mere cantrip, so I can do that all day and night. But
Do this shit all day, motherfucker.
Oh, well, my brain is also a cantrip, and I can do it all day.
I fucking hate you, Al.
Also, I'm still eager to prove my worthiness to the group.
Worthiness.
Al, I want you to know.
Oh, and by the way, now that I know that sleeping in the rope trick meant I didn't get to talk to a celestial moth in my dreams, I'm not sleeping in that thing anymore. I will find a safe place to curl up in a ball, but I am not missing any more
Bug dreams?
celestial monarch moth dreams ever again.
That's funny.
Al, I want you to know, if we don't survive making our way through this tower, that I have always fucking hated you.
I'll just looks at Buligup and
That's
goes, I
funny.
know.
so
It was nice that you said it, though. Thank you.
I'm guessing we could face smoke
Is it
or
because
gas.
it's so terribly chipper?
We. It's
It's the exact opposite of a Frenchman. It's got
exactly.
to have been tiring for you to do a Frenchman all this time, and then, like with fair and everything, you were very
Oh
French.
no, it was so difficult for me to be a rude, sarcastic cunt all the time.
It was
However, did I
funny.
manage?
How was your Fire Me show?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
fire me.
Yeah. So the last Sunday of fair season is called Fire Me Sunday. Because it's
Ah.
basically like, what are you gonna do? Fucking fire me? Like, fair's over. Like, and you'll have forgotten by next year. Like,
And you'll probably have forgotten by next year.
we just do so like eight. The show was like an extra 30 minutes of just like nonsense and chicanery.
Chicanery. Just
So,
went
and,
on
like-
forever.
So basically,
What is
like, we kind of want it to become known in a thing that, like, we're just gonna try and fuck with each other during the last show. Like, all the weird shit happens in the last show.
Excellent.
Because that's how it should be.
Yeah, like, I mean, I've seen some weird shit happen in Fire Me Sunday shows. Like,
Fire Me.
Sound and Fury one time, had a girl in the audience, and they
Mhm.
wouldn't tell you who, but they had a like remote controlled vibrator,
Right.
and we're
Oh,
just, like,
really?
yeah.
Fucking Sound and Fury.
My
Yeah,
God.
so I mean, like, I guess like the boyfriend came up and was like, "Yeah, we want you to mess with this during the show." So every once in a while, they would take a pause and just be like, "Setting 3."
That's funny. And
Oh my God.
creepy.
I
All right.
mean,
Creepy.
if that's what you're into, you know.
Yes. You approach the tower. Let's see if this works. Hopeful.
Also-
Moving you.
Oh,
Ooh,
Al
search
still
for
doesn't have a
outbreak.
proper token and circle. That's right.
I know. I need to give him a proper token. He's like a rat from Nim at the moment.
Can I level up to level 8?
You're not
before I
leveled
go
up to
again?
level 8?
Dream
No.
I'm kind of,
I don't
I'm
have
kind
the
of
ability
sad
to
that
do
this
so.
should be polygon revealing and it's showing you the entire map. That kind of makes me sad. Hold on.
It just looks like
Yeah.
a dick tower.
I'm only able to see like the entryway with 2 doors. The rest of
Oh,
it is shaded
the-
out.
The hallway, the 2 rooms to the side, the spiral staircases on either one. Yeah, but that's
Do you all see that?
That's it.
So
Yeah, half of it is. It's only like a semicircle. We don't see a full circle.
yeah.
I also see the big tower, but I think
yeah,
supposed
that's
to be
because I'm
external.
zoomed out so far. But if I was zoomed in really close, then I would only see that entryway.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a dick.
That's a dick, and it's got tons of sperm flying out of the end of it.
Did Elon Musk make this tower?
Mildly
It was
penis.
probably Bezos. Does seem that it's all about who can send the biggest millionaire cock to space, isn't it?
Send them all.
Right.
Oh my
I
god, see, that
know.
just makes me want to, like, babe, Evan, when you have so much stupid doctor money
Yes?
that we've run out of people to give your money to, can I dress up in a giant dick costume and you shoot me off into space?
You will never have that much money.
Wait,
You will never.
wait, honey, I'm gonna ask. Why wait? Why wait?
You want to do it now?
You want to be shot off into space?
On camera?
Like
Sorry
that.
about my dog.
That amount of money is fucking obscene.
I
Yeah.
know. Can you imagine? Like, I would buy world peace. I could buy world peace with that money.
Well, you could
Here's
buy.
your own island. Here's your own island. You all get your own little planets. I'm going to separate you all. That's the truth of the matter, is that we'll all stop fighting if we all leave each other the fuck alone.
Unfortunately, we have to stick to this one planet for now. And
Because
Right.
there's no plan B.
Well, not in Texas. Trying to
Right.
outlaw that too, I'm sure.
so I could try a protection from energy if we knew, like, we're likely to face fire or electricity. I'm guessing smoke's going to be a thing.
Once we get the door open, I'm definitely gonna drink a heightened awareness potion.
I'm
we at the
assuming you're
door
near
right
the door
now?
right now.
Yeah.
Didn't we have some filter masks?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
you did.
2 time-worn filter masks.
But we're not capable of untime wearing them.
No,
Not, nothing can take away time one.
Is there like a bubble spell? Alexander doing like bubble spells that can create like a micro environment for us to not
well, I
breathe
can
the gap?
air bubble individual people, but that's a lot of stuff. I could life bubble the party.
Do
Light
we
bubble.
do we need to summon a canary to kind of carry in front of us?
I mean, I could do life bubble, which would take a couple of my high spell slots, but it would give us each like three or so hours of. Well, I guess I'd have to include Nicodemus in it. It's like say 3 hours and change of a bubble of peaceful air around us.
I mean, I think we just need to stay frosty and worry about that if we notice that it's starting to affect us.
I would hate to spend the resources on something like that and then just have a fire trap erupt in our face or
Exactly.
get steam on us or something.
That's so weird. Is this...
Hey, Hal, if you're moving us,
I know,
more of the
I'm
map is getting
seeing it, and I don't
revealed.
know why. And it's driving me a
Yeah.
bit crazy that it's doing that. So it seems like it's revealing
Sorry.
the polygons when I don't want it to be doing that.
And everything
It's
seems
ignoring
to be
walls,
in
but
squares.
it's like the light source.
So
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I set it up on old dynamic lighting or
Dynamic
whatever.
lighting has been so off and on
keep,
buggy.
plus they keep fucking with it.
Well, because it never works fully right, and then it gets like too processor intensive and causes the maps to just explode.
Yeah.
There, I
That's right.
fixed it, but not really.
And people spend way more time futzing it than they clicking just the reveal sections seems to ever cost.
Well, I thought I had it set to reveal sections, and yeah, it didn't do it.
Well, we can ignore what we shouldn't see, theater of the mind and all. We're experienced.
Yeah.
Fear of the mind.
Honor system.
Okay, let's do that.
Peter of this dick.
Honor system.
Let's turn that off and see if that works.
And
Yeah, that totally
zoom
didn't
in a
work. That
lot.
revealed the entire map to you, didn't it?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's just the
Screenshot
opposite
second
of
here.
what I wanted.
Yeah, stop looking now. A lot of you.
Okay, I'm not looking over
Zoom-
there.
Just like
zoomed in,
gouge
zoomed in
my
to
eyes
maximum
out.
size.
I'm done looking forever. Hal.
Zoom in, enhance.
Let's see if.
All right. Well, while we're waiting, Al is going to kind of tinker with the door and see if he can figure out a way to reconnect the valve to the door. Is that a
It would be a
No,
disabled
device
device check.
Which is really a reverse of that
looks over
enable
at him and
device.
smacks the thing out of his hand and goes, "No, this might be the only way that we keep other people from following us in, friend."
But we need to do that to go in.
haven't gotten in yet?
Now it's total darkness.
Good.
I'm not able to see
Even
my
the
token.
outdoors.
'Cause I don't
Better?
Yes. We're in the
We
record.
should-
All right,
Token.
we're back to where we should be.
What?
Okay, now you need me to polygon reveal the walls, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm on it. I'm on it.
At least the external walls.
On it. I'm on it.
So Tatia, like, your plan is successful. No one's going in there, but we haven't gone
Ah,
in
screw it.
there.
This is true. Ooh, somebody's having a strong drink.
What? There. How's that?
Ooh. What
All
fetish?
right.
Did somebody
Oh,
tell us to drink?
yeah.
Is that why you did that?
No,
No, I just,
You
Decided
just
to get
earned it.
Fucked up.
I like it.
This-
Earned it.
Just a big boozer. All right, there we go. That's what you see. There. Fixture.
We
so
Polygon
I guess we
nonsense.
stand back as Al approaches the door in case it's booby trapped.
I mean, I think we're all still just standing, just kind of looking at that wheel that got knocked out of my hand on the ground, and no one's picked it up. We're just kind of like,
This is between you and Tatia now. You fucking find a way to open the doors in. I don't give a
If
fuck.
they're gonna play slap and tickle, I'll pick up the wheel.
so Al was like, "But Tatia, I'm gonna try this again." So he picks it up and he puts it next
Okay.
to the door. He looks over his shoulder at Tatia like,
Tatia looks
Is this
out
good?
and goes,
"Okay,
"I'm
proceed."
charismatic, not smart."
Okay, I'm both.
So what are you doing? You're trying to make the wheel work?
Yeah,
It is
is
a
that a
disabled
disabled
device.
device check?
Really, an enable device.
Yeah. 27. You
pretty
kind of
good.
attempt to jury rig the wheel on. No matter what you do, it doesn't seem to turn when you try to turn it.
Try to lick the wheel. then put it back on.
May I?
Sure.
Reach out and touch it and cast mending.
Okay, the bent parts straighten and the wheel reattaches itself to the shaft. That's exactly the noise it makes.
I know. That's why I did it.
It's beautiful. So beautiful.
You don't even need a soundboard.
I know I've got a soundboard. I've never bothered to figure out how to get it to pipe in here, so you all and I can hear it, and so I can adjust the sound levels so it would be not too offensive.
You know who does have a working soundboard, Hal?
You mean anyone with an entire
Matt
production
Mercer?
crew? He probably no. I don't think Matt Mercer uses his own soundboard. Actually, I think there's a sound engineer that does that for him.
I mean, he still has one though.
I mean, does he though, or does he just? Is he just a working man within a large corporation?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So now, does anybody want to open the door? Maybe I'll check it for traps, or
Actually, I believe I am good at detecting
I hope
traps.
so.
I
I,
your face.
No.
I believe I
It
have.
is kind of your job.
I think so. I have something about detecting traps. I'm trying to feature Trapfinder. You gain a +1 create bonus on disabled device checks. The skill is always a class skill. You can use disabled device to disarm magic traps.
Look at
with
that.
Rogue. Yeah. So
Find the trap. Disable the trap.
detect trap. Gotcha. But that detecting and
Perception
disabling
for
is different,
detecting.
correct?
Although if something didn't blow up when the giants ripped
Okay.
the handle off, it's probably safe.
Yeah, probably.
So what I'm going to do is put my hands on it, and I'm going to do a perception to check if there's a trap on it for actually rotating. Because apparently I couldn't rotate it when I tried to jury rig it, but now that it's magically mended, I'm going to see if there are any traps
Okay,
as we're
roll perception.
opening it. Hey,
Okay, you
That's
begin
pretty
to
good.
turn the handle, and as you do, you don't think there's any traps here. There's nothing moving, there's no strange clicking, there's no sudden pits underneath your feet or stones falling into your face. You unlock and open the door. Would you like to pull it open?
Well, that
yes.
makes sense because a smart wizard wouldn't trap the front door and kill the random delivery man or messenger. You'd trap an inner door once people had breached it, but then nobody outside would see the trap go off.
All right, guys. SEAL Team 6, time to breach.
Fucking do it.
Good?
Okay, it's going to be pretty tight in here. I'm just saying, you have a large creature with you, and these doors are small.
That's what-
This grand hall is 10 feet wide and 25 feet long. A large metal door stands at the western end of this entry. It's the one you came. I hate it when they do that. It's the fucking door you came in through. While 3 other metal doors stand in the walls at the opposite end. The middle door is slightly smaller than the others, and a metal wheel is mounted in the center of each door.
So the middle door that looks to be bigger, 'cause it's the full width of the corridor, is smaller.
Apparently, I don't see why, but yeah, apparently. They all have the same metal wheels installed into the center of them.
I believe the standard search pattern is to go either all left turns or right turns, so we should either go through the left or right, check the left or right door first, but
Are you yelling that 20 feet into the tower?
well, no, I'm going to wait and see if they explode first, and then
Okay, that's good. You're just chit-chatting with Tatia back here.
yes.
Okay.
Is there passive
There
perception
There
in
is not
Pathfinder?
really. Not unless you have an ability
Okay.
that means that
Okay.
happens. So Kiernan had an ability that let him passively perceive traps, but that was a feat, I think. Or something to do with his race.
Okay. Okay. So then, if I want to check for traps, I need to do perception checks
You need to
every
tell
door
me
or
what
thing
you're
that I try to do.
Yes, what
Every
you're
5
check-
feet you step, or
What you're checking for, and yeah, basically.
If you're looking for magic
Okay.
traps, you can always cast Detect Magic and just scan. But you know,
Well, I think I can detect and deal with magic traps as if I can, even though I'm not magical. Okay. So, shall we? Do you guys want me to check all these doors before y'all come in? Make sure that we at least have an exit plan
That's
from the
probably
first
not the
hallway.
worst idea.
I think another really good idea would be to
Okay.
whisper.
I'm gonna go to the...
Oh.
All right, and you said left. That's gonna be
Okay.
north. So I'm gonna check.
I will
top
cast
door
up that message
above me, and I'm looking for any kind of like weighted springs or ropes or smoke that's gonna come out
Okay,
as
make a
I'm
roll.
opening it. Cool. And I don't know how to make it apply, but I have my heightened awareness,
Okay,
so we'll add 2 to it.
just add 2. 30. That's good. You check
30.
the northern door carefully. It seems like a fairly standard door, metal door that has one of these wheels in the center. You do not think it is trapped.
Okay. I don't think it's trapped. Do we want to go through it, or do you want me to check everything while y'all go through it?
We might as well. We're here. Might as well open it.
You gonna open it? You gonna open and look? Okay.
Yeah.
Polygon reveal this.
into
I
the
open
darkness.
it and I step through.
Might not be wise, might it?
Oh, darkness, my old friend.
Shit.
I've come to talk
Contra
with you
Dexter
again.
Okay, let's just do that as what you can see so far. You step through into a hallway. Oh, the rest of you just standing outside. Is that what's going? Just Buligup and Al searching this tower. Okay.
Well, I usually
So
follow up
far.
the rear, but I will move in
Just
as soon as Tatia moves
Tatia
in.
doesn't seem to be moving. Is all I'm saying.
Oof.
There we go. Is the cat coming with you?
So Tatia suddenly sneaks up behind Buligup and goes, "Ooh."
All right, I roll to attack, I guess.
I guess seems fair.
Right.
Yeah.
That cat is
Okay.
giant in this small place. Okay, Buligup and Al, and anyone else who passes through this door. Schematics of incredible complexity, each mounted in an elaborate wooden frame, decorate the stone walls of this curving hallway. The schematics feature images of metal monsters, strange vehicles, and technological wonders. The hall curves north at the eastern end, rising to the upper story with a staircase, which I am about to reveal.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh, I can see your tail. Oh, not anymore. At least on Skype, Ditto's tail is wagging in the bottom of my
That's funny.
What's up?
Just the squirrelest brain ever.
There are 2 doors coming off this corridor other than the one you came in through.
Okay. I walk cautiously
Walk cautiously.
over to the door.
These are... Yeah.
All right.
Should we?
All right. We're sticking with the left system, right?
There are also
Hold on,
stairs
are we
there.
sticking with the left system or the right system? Are you asking?
Boo!
Correct.
Yeah, right? Okay. I'll perception and do my same thing, looking for traps or anything weird as I'm turning
Are
in.
you going to move in,
and,
Tatia, or
getting ready.
we stay in the door behind?
24.
Okay.
24
You don't
on
think it's
door.
trapped. You give it a good search. You really have no clue, but you don't think it's trapped.
Cool.
I do
I
hate
open
polygon
it.
revealing circles. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, open it and go in. The broom closet under the stairs.
You're a
You
wizard,
find a
Harry.
small boy in glasses with a scar on his head living in the
all of us think
Kill
about
him.
Harry Potter.
There's an owl.
Dust-covered shelves
Wow.
crammed with all manner of books and scrolls line the walls of this enormous curved library. A large desk, its top cluttered with scrolls and papers, sits at the western end of the room. A metal door leads to the south, the one you're coming in through, while north of it a second door stands slightly ajar, revealing what appears to be a reading nook.
What's a reading?
Ooh.
Wait, what's a reading nook?
It's like a little comfy area you sit and read in.
Okay.
I do want to scurry over to the reading nook. Are there
There
books
are
in
a
the
couple
reading
of
nook?
books in the reading nook, yes. Well, you're peeking through the door. Let me show you that too. Hold on. If you're peeking, let me polygon reveal the nook for you. Here is the nook. The nook is over here. Poof, there.
And I guess I'm examining all the
Oh, okay.
I can.
schematics.
You're peeking in. Not from there. You can't. Oh, you're looking at the schematics in the corridor. Looks
Yeah.
like schematics of all kinds of technological devices, some of which you've heard of, some of which you've never even thought of. All kinds of things.
Shoot.
Al,
It'll take too long to copy these down.
Maybe
Yeah.
if
Al.
I see which books they were reading in the nook, I can get a sense of what was on their mind.
so
and what
looking
we're
through the
dealing
door, the back of this cozy room contains a low bookshelf with a few papers on it and an overstuffed leather chair. The room is coated with a thin layer of dust and has a slightly sweet smell.
Covered in dust. I don't know if anyone's used it in a while. I will perception and
Sweet
see if I
smells
can
obviously
find
the poison, but
The door is slightly open, so you could just go inside. No, there's no. The
Oh,
door
sorry.
is slightly ajar.
I just
Okay, you. Okay.
I
There's
just go
a
inside.
low bookcase towards the top of the room.
woo. I sit in the chair.
Okay, you
How
sit in the
comfy is
chair.
it?
You sit down, and the main door to the library slams closed behind you.
Ah,
there's a mimic.
Right, it's a mimic. That's fucking hilarious. It's not a mimic.
So the one between us and Tatia
Correct.
and
The one
Alexander?
between you and the rest of the world.
Yes, the one between you and the rest of the world.
You're sealed in the nook.
You're sealed in the nook.
Oh, Buligup?
God damn it.
Me and you.
No. Buligup's in the library. You're sealed in the nook.
Yeah.
Oh, I
In
thought you
the
said
library,
between me and
yeah.
the. Oh, gotcha.
You're stuck,
stuck
in the nook. At the same time as the door slams, gas begins to pump in from some of the pipes further up. And you can make me a fortitude save, please.
Uh-oh. It's not my forte.
No, it's not.
Cute. That's really cute.
Hopefully it's just knockout gas.
You
not
collapse
good.
to the ground.
I would like to I run over and try to open the door.
Okay. How are you trying to open the door?
I mean, I assume is there some sort of handle or something on there, or
Yeah, it's like the rest of the doors, except for this one appears to be locked right now. Like you can't move the wheel.
Okay. Guys, can I get a little? Are you allowed to try and get a little bit of help? And then would it be a disabled device that I would try to do to
You
see if
could-
I can?
You could attempt to disable device on the door, yes.
Okay.
If you wish. Or you could try and knock it down with a glaive. Either would work.
What?
Can I
could you
strategize
let
or
me
does
know
my
what
character sleep
the
if
door
he
is
can't
made
click
out
this?
of?
It's metal. The door is metal.
Metal. Okay. I guess first I'm going to try and disable the device
Okay.
for 8.
Okay, you play with the door. You've no idea how Al and Kiernan used to do this. It's so much easier just to smack shit than it is
I mean,
to
in
actually...
fairness, I rolled
I know.
3 on that.
And
so-
I know you're actually not that bad with disabled device.
Yeah, I have +5 to it. I just happened to roll a 3.
Has
All
any
right,
sort of alarm been raised, or am I just still examining?
I called out that I needed.
He did
Oh.
call out that he needed help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Al, you are having
Yeah.
terrible dreams.
I
You're
can't
just
get past the tiger.
as you walk through this tower, you just open random doors and monsters jump out and kill you. And then you climb some stairs and they turn into traps and just throw you into pits of burning oil. And just you die over and over and over and over again. All
we
in this
move
tower and all opening various doors or looking around or walking up steps. It's truly horrifying.
Tatia, should we move in a little further?
Yes.
You probably heard Buligup shout, "Help."
Shit. Shit.
Then I would like to try
Not up the
hitting
stairs,
it
in there,
with
yeah.
my glaive.
Okay, hit it with a glaive.
What do I need to do for that?
Just make a roll to hit. As long as you don't flub it, you'll hit it.
Yeah, okay.
It's a door.
Well, freaking...
It's a dodgy door.
A 22 is an absolute hit on this door. Your other option is a
So we'll move up to
strength
the
check
tiger.
to break it. What's the damage?
Oh, I need to roll damage as well? Okay.
It's a shame it's not
Wow.
a crit.
Right, 17.
You slash into the door, and the hardness of the door is nothing to your glaive. You just take a great chunk off the front of it.
Thank goodness. And
not-
then?
Not open yet.
All right. I guess can I do like a in the same turn? Do I do like a if I want to hit it again? Do I do it as a secondary attack?
You have 2 actions, so yeah, it'd be your second hit. Yeah.
Okay. So that
Can I
would
try and
be...
push the tiger through the doorway?
Oh! Look,
That's
look at that.
damage. That's damage. Oh, is that your attack?
Yeah, that's a critical.
You
Yep.
criticaled the door. Congratulations. Seems like a bit of a waste.
Eh.
Would you like to do the damage? 40. That's the door is hanging on its hinges. Smoke is billowing out into the library now, and you can also make me a fortitude save.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it, but I think I might have some adjustments afterwards.
Okay. Nobody's wearing the rebreathers, right?
No, 19, and then I also have the I do have a cloak of resistance.
Okay.
as
So 19 is good enough to pass, so you're okay. You kind of cough it out and shake your head. You see Al lying. Look, Al is lying. Well, he's slumped unconscious in an overstuffed chair.
I want to grab him and pull him out of the
Like we had.
Okay, he seems to be kind of twitching a bit and struggling and fighting, and then he'll lie still for a minute, and then he'll do it all again.
Can I kind of slap him in the face?
Oh, you can totally slap him in the face. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
I slap him in the face.
You slap him a few times, and it doesn't actually seem to help a great deal. He still seems to be asleep.
He's pulled out of the smoke rooms, all right.
He is, yes.
Is he breathing?
He is, yes. It's
Okay.
like he's in a very deep sleep.
Can I get past the tiger, or can
Yeah.
you just shove him
Sure, you
through?
can
Or...
squeeze past the tiger. It's half movement.
Because
Oh.
I stopped
2 squares.
well, yeah, I stopped him there because I wasn't sure if he could actually make it up the stairs because he's so big.
Or we're not
Well,
in the stairs, we're through the doorway.
You'll have to squeeze up the stairs, but the stairs don't go to the room you're in.
They don't.
No,
No,
they go
through
up.
the doorway.
They go
is next
up
to-
to the next floor.
Oh, so the door that's in front of the cat is what got us into that room?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So then Nicodemus stands aside because Tatia says, wait, let Alexander through. And then you push through. And they say, come on, Nicodemus. And then Nicodemus tries to squish in because he's a cat and their bones are like,
Yeah, he can do
what's
it.
that Harry Potter spell where you turn
so
your
for-
bones into mush?
So inside of here, we're going to have to look at the squeezing rules. If he's ever in a corridor that's not as wide as he is, he'll be at severe penalties to combat. And he'll be very easy to hit.
You
That
might
makes
want to
sense.
think about leaving them outside.
Maybe he will stay there then, especially because this room is filling with gas, and he's like, pew.
So after a few minutes, the gas dissipates. Al wakes up after a few minutes more, and he's just terrified. He's died hundreds of times.
He's got tears streaming down his face. Like he is really like disheveled. He is not his like cute, cheerful, peppy self. He immediately like wraps around Buligup's leg and like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god. I've never died, and I died all the time in there. And he like jumps onto the Tatia and is just like sobbing into her. He's like sobbing, like uncontrollably uncomfortable.
I'm honestly
He's like, there's nowhere safe. Nowhere safe. Nowhere safe. Nowhere safe. He just goes over and over and over. Like he can't.
Okay, you
can't get off of
also
that.
take D10 points of damage and are fatigued for the next 24 hours.
Ouch.
Yep. Let me roll a 10. Let me roll a D10.
9. You take just from the
9.
shock and just scrabbling at yourself. You're also fatigued fatigued for the next 24 hours and unable to regain arcane spells. Although you aren't a spell.
Gotcha.
Although you aren't really a
spellcaster,
so I don't know how that works.
He runs over to
Mm-hmm.
Alexander. He's like, I want a mask. 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 And he just keeps saying it over and over. Like he doesn't ever want to inhale that gas in here.
Tatia casts bless.
Okay. Guess bless. Everyone feels blessed.
Ah.
Oh,
Oof.
cute little butterflies floof up from everybody's heads, and they all feel happy.
Nice. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't think that Al feels happy right now.
I don't think he does either.
He does seem irrational.
He runs over. Did he get a mask? Did Alexander give him
Sure,
a
I'll
mask?
fetch out one of the masks out of the party pot.
Is he
Well,
feeling afraid right now because he is under
Right.
a fear effect, or is this just the residual
He looks
aftermath of?
he looks exhausted. He looks like he's been kind of scratching at himself as well. So he's got a few wounds on him, and he looks like he's very exhausted right now, even though he was only asleep for a few minutes.
Welcome to adventuring, kid.
Okay. Everyone. We need an agreement. If you fall asleep in here, we go outside. We talk to the moth. We let the moth go in our dreams. The moth can't come in our dreams here. If you fall asleep, we take you outside.
Okay.
Okay. So with the mask, I'm not gonna fall asleep. I'm not gonna mess up again. I messed up. I sat in the chair. I didn't check the chair. I was checking doors. I thought the chair was a chair. But nothing here
Tatia
is
just
safe.
puts her hand on
So
top
I'm
of
gonna
him,
keep the mask on.
just says, "It's okay, buddy," and just starts to pet his fur.
I'm
Run
checking
her fingers through his fur.
everything. I am checking everything. 'Cause I don't know if what I was dreaming was a premonition, but in my dream, everything killed me all the time. So we are checking
Excellent. It's
everything
made him a
before we do
more
it.
careful
Paranoid.
explorer. I like this tower.
It's only paranoia if there's not things out to get you.
I would like to go
Right.
into the nook and check those books.
Okay,
sat
you're
in a
going into the
chair.
nook to check the books?
I swear to God, if you fucking get caught in the nook too,
Well,
I
the
am
doors.
leaving you.
I mean, you
door's
have
pretty much
hacked the
shattered.
door to pieces, so
Like another door drops down in its
Oh.
place.
would be hilarious, but yeah.
Fuck this.
Click.
I'm a wizard.
You walk in and check the book nooks. So the books in here actually appear to be fake. The whole room appears to be fake.
It's just a trap.
5.
Ah, the old bookworm trap.
Yes. Well, I mean, he has wizards over or whatever else. It's like, yeah. Knock him out, give him nightmares, make him leave.
Right.
They used my love of books against
Yeah.
me.
Apparently he did. He's a wily one.
So what's the rest of this place look like?
It's a
Oh,
library.
no.
It's filled with books about a wide range of subjects regarding magical theory, wizardry, air magic specifically, natures of mist and smoke, theories about swarm behaviors. There's no technological stuff here, and a lot of the magical books are relatively early in like a wizard's theoretical development. There are
Cast detect magic to see if any of them are actually magical, too.
Okay, you cast detect magic. There's nothing specifically magical here.
Okay.
There are papers on the desk on the far side of the room, and there are some books over there as well.
Yeah, go examine the desk there.
The papers on the desk contain notes regarding fundamental research into smoke and fog magic, but the most recent notes are dated about 30 years ago.
Egads.
One of the books
That long?
One of the books on the desk is a spell book.
Okay, we're gonna. Oh shoot. Runes. Yeah, spellbook. That's irresistible.
Isn't it though?
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Do I see Alexander going for the spell books?
I mean, he is clearly hands are twitching towards it as you speak.
Wait! Alexander,
Yes.
the last person who just went around touching things is now babbling like a crazy person. Maybe be careful. Check
Have
it
gloves.
out. If
I
you
will
think
check out.
Hal, question real quick. I'm reading fatigue. It says while exploring, you can't choose an exploration activity. What does that mean?
That's Pathfinder 2, I think.
It is. Okay, never mind. Yeah, our rules
Yes.
get home in
It's an
second edition.
entirely different. It's an entirely
Never mind.
different game.
Yeah, look online. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah. What are you doing with this thing, dude?
I will check it out with detect magic, and then I will open it and examine it. Keeping an eye out for explosive runes or anything. But
Kaboom!
There's
Right?
a big boom.
There's no big boom. You cast detect magic on it. It does not appear to be magical in any way. You don't detect any magical traps.
non-magical spellbook. Okay.
I mean, not every spell book is magical, right? It's just
Right.
a book that contains spells. You opening it?
I will open it.
Okay. You have a spell book. It contains a bunch of spells. You have to cast Read Magic, aren't you, to be able to read them?
Yes.
So you read the spells, or at least the headings of the spells.
Yeah.
Inside of this spell book, you have all cantrips, which would be expected.
That is a wizard thing.
It is a
I already
wizard
have
thing.
those, but
You have first level spells. You have Identify. You have Mage Armor. You have Magic Missile. You have Shield. And you have Technomancy.
I already have most of those, but
Thanks.
Here, honey, I got them.
joke.
Yeah, I think they're hungry. I'll feed them.
You have the second level, Detect Thoughts, Fog Cloud, Mirror Image,
Mirror image.
and See Invisibility, and Web. Here, I made you a handout. You should be able
Ooh.
to see it. For 3rd level, you have Dispel Magic, Fireball, Irradiate, and Stinking Cloud. 4th level is Dimension Door, Phantasmal Killer, Shout, and Solid Fog. And 5th level is Cloud Kill and Wall of Force.
Oh, I don't see the handout.
It should appear in your handouts. It should be available to everyone.
Oh, Frickazound spellbook right there at the top. Oh, cool. Excellent. There's actually a couple I don't have.
It's good.
I will stick that in my pack for now.
Hang fire. Did I give you too many spells there? I may have given you too many spells there.
Nope.
Hold on.
Just the right amount of spells.
I don't think I gave you the right amount of
The
spells.
exact amount of spells. If not, too little spells.
You're right.
Exactly.
I gave you too many spells. I'm sorry.
Too late. Already gave them.
No!
But he doesn't even have
back.
he doesn't even have teleport on there. He's got to have other spell books around then.
There, I've corrected it.
Oh,
You
1st and 2nd level spells. Oh, much less sexy, but
Yeah, sorry about that. It is bound in a leather green cover, and you estimate it's worth about 365 gold.
365.
So technically, according to the turn left philosophy, you're going upstairs next.
Yes!
Yeah, unless we
think-
want to
I think we
clear
should.
levels first.
I think we should clear the level before going up the stairs. That will keep anything from coming up the stairs after us.
That makes a certain amount of sense.
Bad when Buligup's making sense.
I'm always make sense.
I
I'm
know!
a-
It's a terrifying thing. You're like the sensible one in the party.
I am a brilliant fighter and military tactician. Thank you very much.
A very good tactician.
Je vous remercie.
Tatia literally can't be that person in the group.
You should totally wear your costume that you wear for fair one day when we play this.
Hmm.
Who his?
Yeah, it's spectacular.
Oh man. Do you have pictures of it, Hal?
I do have pictures of it actually.
Then you gotta show us.
I'll post one or two of them on the Discord.
Yay!
Extra bonus points if anyone can recognize his sunglasses.
Oh,
Sunglasses.
Challenge accepted.
only one new spell for me on there, but a little less sexy. But
What is it?
see invisibility.
Oh, that's a nice spell. I'm surprised you don't have it yet.
I haven't taken it yet because that only lets me see the invisible, and glitter dust was more useful to let the people that actually will hit things see the invisible things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Not unfair. Not unfair.
Yeah. Otherwise, I have to actually deal with the invisible things once I can see it.
Right. That's fair. That is good. Okay, I'm adding it to the Iron Gods chat on Discord now.
Ooh.
Oh, you look adorable.
He looks amazing. It's a great
It looks
costume.
like you have a red swim cap on your head.
Is that for Gian hats? Thank you very much.
Oh, you're
For
so
Gian,
cute. Let's see. Where is it at on? Okay, RPG MP3. Where is it at?
It's on the Discord.
I think he's.
how does
No,
say?
where'd you post it?
It's on the Discord in the Iron Gods channel.
Oh. Green.
No.
It's pretty great, dude.
But what are the glasses?
Yeah, that's the challenge. Don't tell them. That's the challenge. Extra bonus points.
I don't know.
Good.
I'm
Okay.
not even
If you could
trying.
see behind me right now, it would probably help give it away.
Do you have a big poster?
I have a piece of art of
Oh, that's cool.
it's not that, but something similar that I'll show afterwards.
Didn't you say there was like a bunch of people at fair who recognized them?
There were people that recognized it,
That's
yes.
pretty cool.
Which is
I
not
don't-
surprising. Fucking nerds.
Right?
I'm not saying
I mean,
anything about them at the moment. Then
you know what it is?
I believe so.
Did you Google green and red sunglasses?
No.
Good.
Now I'm about to.
It's going to come back with 3D glasses.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are you doing? You're in the library. You found a spell book. Al took a bit of a beating and is now tremendously nervous and tired.
Shoot.
So
How
I,
did
I suggest maybe we try this next door right there.
All right. The Al's slightly wounded. Do we need to heal Al first, or?
Did I lose? Did I lose my perception bonus from my heightened awareness potion?
How long does it
By
last?
sleeping and
How long does it last?
nasty gas.
If it lasts a couple of hours, then it's still fine.
That's
You're fine.
10,
You're
10 minutes
only
per
asleep
level,
a few
so
minutes,
80 minutes.
so-
Hour.
Yeah, you've got minutes, and you've probably got an hour left on it. After pissing around, searching the library and everything.
Okay. I'm gonna perception
Move that tiger for
the
you.
door.
Is everyone else staying where they currently are?
19.
19.
I have
Um,
moved over to by the door so that we can check it.
Yeah, I'll move up.
Okay. Tatia, you staying way over there? Oh no,
Well,
yep,
sounds
she's
like
moving.
a good idea to stick with my friends.
Okay, you don't think this door is trapped.
All right. He's gonna open it slowly and walk
I
through.
like the walk through part. I think that's very brave.
I wouldn't do it, but you know.
Someone's got to do it.
I mean, you can open a door without walking through it.
Boom. All right, this simple kitchen shows signs of long neglect. A pair of stoves stand cold on the northern side of the room, between tall shelves stacked with jars and dishes. Along the west wall, a wide sink brims with pale mold. The center of the room contains a butcher's table, above which hangs an assortment of knives, cleavers, and pans. An odd-shaped tub protrudes from the southwestern corner of the room.
Knob shape. What?
Um,
Tub.
should we heal Al and maybe cure his fatigue before we move on?
Now, that was, I wanted to know if it was possible that one of these potions that I have would help with that. And if not, then I would just hold on to him. But it also kind of depends on how bad he's feeling and if I really want to waste it. Not that it would be a waste. I'm just wanting to hold on
Suck
to it
on that.
at the very last second, you know?
Guy, he turns around and he pokes it out. Guys, it's a kitchen. It's kind of gross. I don't think there's anything in here. I think we can keep moving.
I mean, don't wizards usually have like a spell component and herbs and fucking magical sheet? Maybe. I
Maybe
mean,
a knife or two?
Well, there are knives, but they're kitchen knives. They're not like sexy, cool daggers.
I mean, from where
fun
you are,
killing.
it's difficult to
They're-
see what's inside of some of the containers in the room, but
don't
Can I
you
get
to search
to
the containers? Ah!
I mean, it's a kitchen, right? There's drawers and containers and various other things.
I mean, that mold could be.
There is mold in the room, but you can't really see it from where you are. You'd have to kind of go over and take a look.
Can
It
we
could be one
check
of the
his
nasty
junk
molds or-
drawer?
Can you what?
Check his junk drawer.
Yeah.
Or
Sure.
it could be that nobody's used the kitchen in 30 years.
I mean, that's possibly true. It could just be a 30-year-old mold in the sink.
I bet his
Alan's not gonna poke her in the kitchen. He walks out. He's just gonna stand here and just.
Oh.
You're
sit.
just sitting down outside.
Can I come out?
Yeah, in the corridor
Can
behind
I
the stairs.
poke Al with the black
gonna
nanite hypo gun?
What does it do?
Well, I'll set it to the secondary function, so it'll do lesser restoration, which
Oh,
will
very
remove his
nice.
fatigue.
Does he get to roll for that, or does it just do it?
I believe it just does that.
Nice.
I think that's instead of the healing it normally does, or does it do the healing on top of that?
That's nice. Dropping his fatigue makes him basically fixed, which is good.
Yeah. So that'll consume a bunch of charges, but I am rich on nanites at the moment.
Rich on... I like that. I'm feeling wealthy on the nanites.
Thank you. Is that a gun of
Yes.
feeling better?
Yeah, it's a feel-better gun.
It worked. I mean, you pointed a gun at me, and then I felt better.
I know I would feel
That's
better
kinda
if
cool,
I
I guess.
pointed the gun at you.
Aw.
That's funny.
Al just Al's just sitting on the floor. He's feeling a little bit better. He's not as fatigued.
I
He
want to.
he's just not
I
gonna
want to
do
look
anything.
around the kitchen. I want to
Okay,
search around.
You're searching?
Oui.
Okay.
So,
Tatia, what are you doing?
Trying to find what the fuck these glasses are from.
Well, that's not what Tatia's doing, is it? What's Tatia doing?
No, I know what Tatia is going to do
Right.
is follow everybody else.
Okay, so are you following Buligup into the room to help him search, or are you hanging out in the corridor while Alexander helps Al?
I will hang out in the corridor because I don't want to get gassed.
that's
Okay.
cool. No one helped me look for stuff. That's
So everybody's terrified of these rooms now, apparently.
fucking.
You know what? Let's just say it's better for one person
Every
to go
room
down
tried to
instead of
kill me.
all of us.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay,
smart right there.
You search around, you don't find anything other than like standard kitchen stuff. You like open the drawers and, there's all his mail and the shit that gets thrown in that junk drawer, a few batteries that probably don't work, that kind of thing.
You mean silver discs?
Well, actually, no, I was just joking. There's nothing.
Damn
in
it. I know, but once you said it, I had to bring it up.
I know. Is that silver discs? The mold in the sink. Do you want to make me a knowledge nature check?
Oui. Yeah, 1 second.
It's the bathtub that's magical and booby trapped, probably, because why not booby trap bathtubs?
9. It doesn't look dangerous, but you probably shouldn't lick it. It's
would,
quite thick across the stuff that's in the sink.
would,
Probably making good cheese.
would Dungeoneering do anything for it?
Nope. It is not a monster. It is merely a mold.
Allergy.
Right.
Walk out of the kitchen. Well, there doesn't seem to be much in there except for some very sick mold that is growing. Al, you are an alchemist. Do you need mold?
Without any optimism, Al just looks at Buligup and goes, "I told you so."
Can
And he
I
walks
poke
away.
my head through there and scan about with detect magic?
Sure. I'm stepping in and doing it.
Yeah, just in case
Okay.
there's, hidden magic items or...
Okay. I'm assuming Bulligup's out of there as he was talking about.
Oui.
Okay.
Sorry.
Very good.
Not that I like being off alone as a wizard, but
I mean, I'm just right outside the door.
Okay, you're scanning about. You're kind of looking around. There doesn't appear to be anything magical in here, but you can make me a reflex check.
oh, lovely. Of course I can. 26.
It's pretty nice, actually. What do you need? Half damage. Congratulations.
Yay, what have I set off?
20 damage. The stove in the northern wall just bursts with fire that fills the entire room.
Ouch.
You take 20 damage. I rolled a 40. It would have been nice if you had all gone in there and started searching. But no. No, you didn't. So,
So the stove is just...
He scurries. Al scurries over. Alexander, are you okay? Did the
A little
stove
bit.
explode?
A little bit.
Yeah, that happened in my dream. Are y'all gonna listen to me that this place is dangerous, it sucks, and we should not stay
I don't
here any
remember
longer
you
than
saying
we need to?
anything about the stove exploding.
Okay, when I went in here in my dream, the stove exploded, all the knives fell on me, the temple got crushed. I literally died every second in every way possible.
I will now jab myself with the Black Knight Hapo gun on the regular function.
heal my ass setting. I mean, it's nice that we're working through the
you put it in your mouth and then you take a deep breath, like an inhale. You go
17
Okay, I feel
back.
better.
It's nice that we're wearing down your nanogun charges, but you've got a lot.
Yeah, because I bought extra canisters when we were in the torch.
It's funny. Because why not?
Because I
So what
like
does-
being able to heal.
What does the room look like now?
It's blackened a little, but not so bad. Almost like the furniture was almost designed to resist that blast. The mold has gone because it's been like basically burnt away, but everything else looks okay.
I think the Zoud likes traps
What the fucking cunt?
and hates guests.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. You guys just hang out in the library in the kitchen. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
So
Make a
now
sound.
that, now that I've set up the
It
trap, is
makes
there anything
small
else
talk
of use in here?
I don't think so. I think the whole purpose of this room is literally to get people in looking around, and you think you set off something on the floor there when you walk and just turning around. You think you stood on like a small trigger that fired off the trap.
And Rat Boy was probably too small for it.
Well, actually, statistically, there is a 10% cumulative chance as people fuck with this room that the trap will go off.
Ah.
No, I'm still blaming it on Rat Boy. Couldn't set it off, so I figured.
Rat boy.
So do you want
Okay.
to check out that other room on this level, or
There's two
We
more doors on this
Yeah.
level.
oh yeah, there's the
Let's not go in the big one in the middle
South
until
one?
last. All right, I'm gonna do a perception on this door
The
as I
south
go
door?
through it very
Yeah.
cautiously. Yeah,
Okay.
right here.
You make a
32.
perception check. It doesn't seem like there are any traps on this door as far as you can tell.
Okay.
I'm pretty
going
sure
through.
none of the doors are trapped at this point.
Wouldn't that be funny, right?
I'm not gonna let my guard down.
Okay, this wedge-shaped room contains several storage racks and crates.
ooh.
Where are you? Fuck. As well as a sickly odor. A door leads to the north, which you came in through, and a large alcove to the southwest contains a wrought spiral staircase leading up. Additionally, in this room, and heading towards you with intent, are two pretty nice-looking robots. They have shields in one hand and a sparking warhammer in the other.
Ooh. Can I see them from where I'm
tilt my
at?
head backwards.
No, you cannot.
Tilt my head backwards and go, Buligup, there are robots.
And we will have an initiative, please, once I clear
Giants.
this. Go get it.
Remember, select your token first before clicking it.
Yay! Token.
Mm.
12.
I swear, I roll like the worst fucking initiative.
Okay. Are we done with everybody?
Little robot man. I like your icons.
Thanks. Pulled them from some free nonsense that I have. All right, Al, it's you. There are two robots heading your way with intentions.
Riot suppressors.
I hate it when you see
I
them
am
doing
not going to move. And I think I can throw 4 bombs. I think.
whatever you're.
So I'm gonna do shock bomb.
Okay, shock bombs.
Yep.
Which one are you
I'm gonna
in?
throw. I'm gonna start with this one. I'm gonna throw 2 at this one and 2 at this one.
Okay. 2 at each. Okay. First 2 goes to the bottom one. You should have a roll that does them all.
I think so. I have bomb, rapid shot plus fast bombs.
That should be it.
4.
That should be it. Yep, that's
It's
4.
3.
Oh yeah, 3. Yeah, you're right. It is 3.
I'll-
3 is the max you can do. So you're doing 2
Right,
on one.
unless you're
and-
buzzing a fervor.
Never mind. Okay, yeah. Then disregard the second click. And these are shock. These are shock bombs.
So you're going for
So I'll do 2.
2 for that
2 with
guy.
the swan
Gotcha.
and 1 here.
So
And won't they splash each other too?
no, because you can't. They're only 5 foot. You don't have a large enough splash radius. They're
Is this-
outside of the splash radius at the moment.
Is this room F3?
Why?
Or
Oh.
just-
Because it
there's an
says
F3 on the-
F3.
God damn it! So for my, because there's a lot of rooms here, for my edification,
Mhm.
on the GM layer, I have the numbers of the rooms. And when I grabbed both the robots, I also grabbed my room number from the GM layer.
Because they all look very similar because it's a round tower with...
Well, then you move up a
Figured one.
level, and I'm like, what fucking level are you on? And it gets very confusing. So I thought I'd just label them, so then I don't have to worry, and I can just, go through the, in a sensible manner.
Yeah.
But
So
yes,
both-
this is room F3.
Both staircases go up so far. So you... Oh. So
What?
if there is a basement in the staircase, you have to go probably all the way up before you can go down. Or in this tower, I mean.
All right,
Most
hold
of-
on. Damage 24, 22 will hit this creature for, 47
47
electricity
shock
damage.
damage.
That's pretty big. Spend electricity, so that's going to be 20.
Zzz. Half again for being a robot.
Half again for being a robot, but hardness applies. So, does hardness apply? Did we agree on that? I think we said hardness applies to all damage, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, because it comes off, but the vulnerability, yeah. So yeah,
But, so basically, you add on the vulnerability and then minus off the hardness, right?
yeah.
So that makes sense. That's
So that's basically 70
so
minus
it's
hardness.
yeah, minus 2 hardnesses because technically they're 2 separate attacks.
Yeah.
So that would be 20 is 12, it's 30, 32, that's 5. Okay, so. Okay, you shot them. What did I just do? What did that just do? What did you just.
Oh, hey, real quick, I don't see it on the math when I'm looking at the attack number, but according to Rapid Shot Feat, all my attack rolls
It
take a
should be
-2
factored in.
penalty. So I don't see a
should-
-2 on there.
It might just be
Really
reduce the
It may
plus.
just be, it may be
22,
modified
28,
as part of the other numbers being reduced. Maybe, but I can take a look.
Okay. Okay, we'll proceed for
proceeding.
now. Okay.
Okay, and you shot the other one for 25, 18 electricity. Poor little guys, they're just hanging out in here and they just do their robot jobs. And what do, you little fuckers? You come in and just like, grrr, gonna fight you, you evil robot thing. And
You said they're coming at me with intent.
I mean, that's not evil.
intent, and
it's
Apparently I
not
was
evil
trying to
intent,
help
it's
Nacho.
just intent because they're robots and they don't really have evil intent necessarily.
The fuck they don't.
I just have to be content to destroy them until I learn to be able to actually salvage and repair them.
Are you
Like,
done,
reprogram
Al?
them.
yeah, that's it.
Okay, so
I
it's
just
my
throw my bombs.
turn. I am gonna 5 foot to you here with this robot. And this one is going to options. Ooh, options. It's gonna 5 foot to here. Okay, so the robot that's next to you is gonna attempt to hit you with its full attack suite because it only 5 foot stepped. So it's gonna try and hit you with its masterwork warhammer. Will a 31 hit you?
Ouch.
Will a 20 hit you?
Yes.
No.
Non-lethal.
Okay, so you take
No.
16 non-lethal.
Cool.
Can
and
I see
then-
these over the 2 short guys?
You can now, yeah. This one's moved into view. Out of its left eye comes two shots of a beam, and a 21 hit you. So you take
My
4
AC
more
is 21,
non-lethal
so yes.
damage. And apparently, it technically gets a free trip attempt against you for some reason, which is
In
super
order to
weird.
track your non-lethal separately.
Yeah, track your non-lethal separately.
Oh.
It's going to try
okay.
and trip you, which I don't quite understand,
Okay.
but it does do that, which is super
Mhm.
weird. What's your combat maneuver defense?
Oh, here it is.
Is it a 30?
CMP.
Then you're tripped.
Now it's 18. Ah.
It's that Thor
indeed.
hammer sweep at the ankles, you know.
Actually, it's the laser that does the trip, and I don't know how.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's super
I don't
weird.
think that's how lasers work.
I don't think so either, but that's what it does, apparently.
Welcome to Numeria.
What it says, it's part of integrated stun gun. An integrated stun gun can still be targeted, blah, 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 blah. An integrated stun gun does not provoke attacks of opportunity when it is fired. It deals D8 non-lethal on a hit and can be fired as semi-automatic. On a it's only on a critical. My apologies. You're not tripped. He only trips on a critical. Just too much text.
That must just be it just buckling your knees or whatever.
I guess. The other one on the other side shoots you twice with its stun gun.
Let me check something real quick. Light amplification by stimulated emissions of radiation. No, nothing about fucking tripping people.
23 hits you for 5 non-lethal as the other one opens up semi-automatic with its eye.
And if my non-lethal reaches my max
You're
HP,
unconscious.
do I just
Or your
pass out?
current HP.
I'm
Yeah.
unconscious?
Yeah. Your current HP. Are you unconscious?
Oh, for current.
Are you unconscious?
Yeah. No, I'm at 36
You
HP
should
and
track your
25
non-lethal
non-lethal.
in the blue circle.
Yeah.
I am.
we can
And there's
see
a
it.
separate box for temp and non-lethal. and
Oh
different-
yeah, you can put non-lethal
Okay.
in there. It'd be nice. Oh, we can maybe make that be non-lethal. Hold on. Are you what box are you tracking it in?
I am tracking it on my sheet. I am tracking
No,
it on my sheet.
hang on.
but I'll
I
put it on my
could potentially assign it so it'll
Okay.
actually be what we need it to be. I think I can assign it.
Blue.
Can I assign them? I can assign them to other things.
What's the green?
It's
So
your
36
armor
is my
class.
current HP. What's 21? Oh, AC. And then
Yeah,
blue, I can make
blue's
my
often
non-lethal
used
for
for
now.
like mana points and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, my suppressors have gone. Tatia, it's you. Al took a somewhat of a drubbing, I think. There looks a bit beaten around with beanbags and light beanbags.
All right, so I don't think I could get very far because I would have to move past Alexander.
Yeah.
And in order to get in that room, I would still have to squish past Buligup, and
Yeah.
so that would not be very easy. So I will push forward into the hallway and say, "I'm coming, little buddy!" And then Nicodemus will follow up, but will not go past.
Yeah, he's gonna have he's gonna have some trouble in this tower, I think.
Yeah. All right, and that will end my turn.
Super. Alexander, it's you.
Let's.
Are you making a
see.
roll to figure out what this thing is?
Yeah, would that be engineering?
Yeah, go on.
34.
It's a riot suppression robot.
Ah, right. Suppression robots.
They are armed and armored. They have integrated stun guns. They are basically designed to do non-lethal damage.
Hold on. It's a fucking robot and a cop?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
No. This is a riot suppression robot.
Uh-huh. Sounds like
It's just designed to peacefully
police?
pacify the workers,
but it
not
does
arrest them.
non-lethal damage.
that's the difference between it and a cop. It does non-lethal damage.
All of its damage is non-lethal. Everything it puts out is non-lethal.
Which I do kind of miss the 3.0 days where a single point of magical healing cured all your non-lethal.
Oh, you mean like in Rifts where you cure 1 point of mega damage and it cures everything else?
Well, yeah, because I
fucking love that game.
Mega damage is like taking a nuke.
I have tons of Rifts. I've played it for ages. It was hilarious. It's one of those games where you just don't give no fucks.
Well, and especially because if you're using like the glitter boys and stuff, it's
Well, there's
it's like when you take those into areas that don't have mega damage normally, so nothing does mega damage because your mega armor is just like meh.
There's no balance whatsoever in that game. So you can be like a glitter boy walking around in a 60-foot robot jock suit,
fuck is a glitter boy?
A mech
He's-
pilot, basically.
He's a mech pilot.
You can
so
be a
basi-
glitter boy vampire.
Yeah, you could totally do that. And you could be walking around with your group that could include a vagabond, because that's actually a valid class. You can just be a guy without a house who likes to travel.
Nice.
At the same time as walking around with your guy in a 60-foot robot outfit.
Well,
And he has the boom gun as well, which is a massive artillery gun that when he fires it from the shoulder, piles are driven from his ankles into the ground so he doesn't fall over. It's pretty fucking funny.
I suppose I should not try to lightning bolt the riot suppressor,
I think you should totally try to do that.
because that would have to pass through 2 of my compatriots.
They're pretty quick.
I would
They-
prefer it if you did not, but it's your choice after all.
You got to remember you are within glaive range of Buligup.
What the heck? It's a classic. I will open up a pit in front of Al.
Oh my god, you in that fucking pit trap. It sucks. Hate you in that pit so bad. So bad. What are we doing? It's a classic now because you've cast it 2 weeks in a row.
And it's worked both times. It never fails.
Yeah. What do I get to
That's
say?
true.
Because your reflex save's so fucking high.
Yeah, these 22 reflex.
Not gonna do well. It's not the fastest being a robot. Oh yeah, reflex kind of sucks. 7.
Okay, that's fallen in the pit then.
Oh no, it's in the pit. What a surprise. It's in the pit. Hooray for the pit.
So 40 feet fall into acid.
In that fucking pit trap, I'm telling you.
I can't wait to get the...
But it's technically a 30 feet fall, right? Because it's considered soft or yielding.
Yeah, it's soft.
whatever.
Yeah, because
So
the bottom 5 feet of
roll your
acid.
damage for the fall.
So the fall is what?
3d6. Is that squeaking one of your animals?
Yes.
Yeah, I
poor
got
little
it.
guy.
So 10 points of falling damage.
Okay, it just goes clank at the bottom of the pit.
And does it take acid this round or next round?
I think it takes it this round because it's in the acid.
Yeah, each round. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why stop with the acid, right?
Well, I mean, if it goes too many rounds, but they don't really carry gear except for hammers, which
Yeah,
probably aren't.
I mean, they're masterwork, though.
they are
Well,
masterwork. Acid damage?
And 8 points of acid damage.
That just doesn't do anything either.
And it can try and climb out at a 30 DC object.
Yeah, it's not going to do that. So
Hungry Pit's even worse for climbing out.
really, because it's trying to chew you at the same time.
Yeah, so it does damage even if you're not at the bottom, if you're halfway up, but it's a 35 DC, I think, to climb out of that one.
It's just horse shit. You and your pit. You're gonna learn it too, aren't you?
But it's on the list
It's on
of
the list.
potentials.
Just gonna have everything have jet boots from here on out. All right, you done?
I will. Oh wait, Tatia's already gotten past me. I don't have to move out of the doorway.
Yep.
I will stay here.
Okay, Buligup, it's you. So the target you could have hit has now vanished into a pit in the ground.
Indeed.
Oh, well,
So
Not
I mean,
bad.
technically you can hit the one that's corner to you, but it's going to get some cover for the doorway.
Oh, I should check something really quick.
What?
I
What?
just want to make sure that people next to the pit don't have to not fall in.
Oh, that would be hilarious if they had to do that. I would totally never. That would never happen. That could never be so fucking lucky.
Creatures who fall into the pit. Yeah, it does not say anything about falling next to it, I guess. Unless it's under the create pit one. 10 by 10 foot. Let's see. Any creature standing in the area where you first conjure it must make a reflex saving throw to jump safe to safety. Okay. In addition, the edges are sloped, and any creature ending its turn in a square adjacent to the pit must make a reflex saving throw with a +2 bonus to avoid falling in.
So when the pit appears, Al doesn't have to make a roll, even though he's adjacent to the pit right now.
Yeah, but if he ends his turn adjacent to it, then he'd have to make a roll at +2. At least that's what...
Is he currently unconscious?
I don't believe so.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. At least that's from Create Pit, which Acid Pit is an extension of, so I think that applies.
Okay, I'm game for that. All right, Buligup, it's you. What are you doing? Don't be next to the pit, apparently. Don't be next to the awkward pit that's now in the awkwardest place in the tiny room.
So
it's 40
otherwise you
feet deep,
might-
at least.
what are the limits of 5-foot step?
You
5
can
feet.
5 feet. However, hard corners do actually affect them. So you couldn't 5-foot step next to Al, for example, because that's a hard corner.
Okay. And I can't like share a space with him at all or anything.
Only if he's prone, which he is not. Actually, I believe ratfolk do have an ability that let them share space with another ratfolk.
But only rat folk.
Yep.
Could I possibly like 5-foot step since he is how
So
tall is he?
He's small, but you can't step into his square, and you can't step into the one next to him with a 5-foot.
But
So
can I step perpendicular to him along the wall?
Jesus. So you're 5-foot stepping onto his square, but like up a bit.
Oui.
I mean, I guess technically you could do that.
Well, I love that it works through his boots, because magic boots.
I mean, sure. I'll it's like Toff's boots in
And then
Avatar.
would the second robot be within reach?
Yeah, technically it would. I'm going to put you here just so you're out of the cupboard. You're on Al's square.
I mean, you got to think 3-dimensionally where you can walk on walls, no?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. You do have to think 3-dimensionally when you can walk on walls. You attach
Okay.
yourself to the wall in Al's square, like you're 3-4 feet above him and going for it. It
All
does
right.
leave you as a potential target for the guns of the robot in the pit, but it's not going to have a very good go at it.
Okay. And I will use my glaive attacks on him.
Thing. They both hit, and you're bypassing his hardness because you have adamantine. So that's going to be a straight up 40 slashing damage.
Let me just double check.
What do you
I don't
double check?
I don't think I do extra damage. I think it's only on. Yeah, no, it's only on attack, not damage. Okay.
Right. Oh, for robots.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you slash into him twice, cleaving great big chunks out of his armor. Al, it's you. Oh, assuming you're done there, Buligup.
Oui, I will finish there.
Okay. Al, it's you. Buligup is stuck to the wall to the side of you, fighting above his head with his glaive.
So I'm not going to be able to splash. The one immediately in front of me
It is
in an
40
acid
feet
pit, correct?
down inside a pit, yes.
Cool. Then
Hold
I'm
on,
going to...
Wait,
Rob?
let him. I think Evan should know about what happened at the
Oh.
end of his turn.
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to end next to the pit.
If you're adjacent to the pit at the end of your turn, you have to make a save or slide in.
But you get a +2
I'm
on the
definitely going
save.
to move. Am I able to draw and fire a longbow in one action?
I think
or is that gonna be two actions?
drawing a longbow is a move, but it could be a standard. It's probably let's look.
What's 5-footing? Could I 5-foot just out the door and be able to
could-
do all three things? So what I really want to be able to do is longbow this guy because I'm done throwing bombs. They don't do much, and I have a limited quantity. And I want to also be able to step out, but that was the plan anyways. Is there a way to draw, shoot,
or sheath a
and go?
weapon. Drawing a weapon so they can use it in combat or putting it away so it uses your free hand requires a move action. So you can draw a weapon with your move.
And I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna
Okay.
move back here. That's gonna be my move. And then for my action, I would like to use. I use my action as a move action to draw the longbow.
You can use your action to draw the longbow.
All right, so I am prepared. That's it for my turn. I'm just gonna get away from the pin. And I'm gonna draw my longbow. So if that robot gets near Buligup or through the window, I can either shoot it or step forward and shoot it later.
Okay.
But I couldn't put it next to the door, so I'd have to pass over the pit to get to
I guess
us.
it's my turn. So I will. It's a robot. It's not going to know. It's going to 5 foot closer to Buligup and attempt to shoot him with its integrated stun gun on semi-auto. And a 21 and a 14 will not hit Buligup.
Yeah.
And the other one can't see anything because it's 40 feet in a pit. I mean, technically, I suppose I could let it try and shoot Buligup, but with a big negative. And a 22 won't hit you anyway, even without the negative. So it misses with both its shots. And that means the one that's next to the pit, I guess, now has to roll what?
That would be 22 reflex, but it gets a +2 on the save.
It succeeded.
All right.
So it stays where it is. Tatia, it's you. They're robots.
Yeah, and Tatia doesn't seem to be able to view a good pathway to get anywhere near there. So rather than moving forward to attack, she is going to stand back and wait and cast Blessing of Fervor just to give everybody else some extra juice.
Okay. Blessing of Fervor it is. Okay, are you done?
Yes, and Nicodemus is going to stay right where he is.
Okay, Alexander, your turn. What's your Blessing of Fervor choice?
Oh, Blessing of Fervor. I will take...
Wait, can you click it so that we can see it in the chat and reference it? Thank you.
I should make a handout for that so you can all reference it.
Hmm.
Do that now.
Let's see. I guess I will take the +2 on attack and dodge.
Okay.
Because I don't think I'm going to waste a spell on these guys that are remaining. I'm pretty sure Buligup can handle these things and get a little joy out of it.
I really enjoy it greatly. I like murdering robots. It's my pastime.
He does like robots. Okay, I've added Blessing of Fervor as a handout so you can check its effects.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what you get a handout.
And I guess I will
Muttering to yourself like a Frenchman.
pull through into the room in case.
You're just hanging out. What did you do?
Nicodemus, stop trying to
Oh.
sit up, everyone.
I was pulling through down into the corridor past.
Oh, so you're just walking into the room.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
Just waiting.
Yep.
Buligup, it's you.
It's all
I
yours.
wonder what blessing I will take.
Is
I
it the
wonder
extra
what it
attack
could
by any
be.
chance? Might be the extra attack, eh? All right, 221s hit. And the 27 hits for Stu. You just killed it. It's dead. It's dead.
Yay!
It's really dead.
And then I want to 5-foot step back out of the doorway.
Back to the ground, or are you still on the wall?
Back to the ground.
Let me know if you want me
Stayed
to
on the wall for charisma.
let the robot out of the pit, or
Maybe it's a next turn around again. Like, I mean, so that when he pops back, I guess. How can you? Is there a way to do like wait until like my next turn, so as soon as he pops up, I hit the fuck out of him?
I mean, I can hold my action till right before yours or whatever.
Yeah, I guess that.
Oh, should the robot take more damage on my turn or his turn?
I believe it's your turn.
Okay. So it should have when I moved then.
Yeah, give it damage.
Another 6 points of acid.
Okay. There's a
Probably not
hardness.
Getting through its hardness, yeah.
You aren't getting through its hardness. Okay, there we go. All right. So, anything else, Buligup? Are you good?
I'm just waiting until the
The pit vanishes.
we.
All right, Al, it's you.
I'm gonna hold my action.
Just hanging out. Robot just hangs out in the pit for a bit.
You can
Tatia.
try and climb.
No, it's just no climb skill at all. Plus, it's got a
Tatia.
shield on one hand and a great big bloody hammer in the other one. Plus, it's a robot.
Tatia takes a step forward and taunts the robot.
What did you do with the robot? Taunt it.
Taunts it.
Through the wall.
Yep, I shout out, loser!
Alexander, it's you.
I believe you have to shout that in Handrafan. I will dismiss the pit.
Dismiss the pit.
Can I jump in and because I held my action, can I jump in and shoot it with my bow before Buligup's turn?
Maybe.
How does holding action work? Do I get to say where I go back in the queue or in the order, or
Yes,
Back to
technically
the
you
end.
can hold your action to a point within the initiative order.
okay? I would like to do it after
Okay.
Alexander before Bolivup.
Alexander, what are you doing other than dismissing the pit?
Staying back here where I can't get any splash from whatever that robot throws out.
Okay, you done? So then we
Yes.
have Al popping in here because he held his action. Go. What are you doing?
Is there a way to stand beside in sort of the same area? Because Buligup and I are both small, where I can shoot the bow and arrow at the robot without messing up Buligup
Do
or
you
hitting
have
Buligup.
precise shot?
Well, isn't that only if he's engaged in melee with it?
Yes, I do.
He is engaged in melee with it. He's
Oh, I
got
guess,
reach
yeah.
weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have point blank shot. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna shoot at
So you
the
have precise
robot
shot?
with my bow and arrow.
Okay, then you can shoot through
I do.
Buligup without the penalty. So go get it.
I also have point blank shot,
Within
which
30
gives me a
feet.
+1 to damage.
Within 30 feet. Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Bing.
All right.
24 and 27 is both hit. You both arrows just clatter off the front of it.
Man, that was
But they hit.
disappointing. I shot back.
But they hit.
All right.
Buligup, time for a real warrior. Is that a 30? Holy shit, it's a shame that's not a crit confirm.
Right.
Shit. A 34 to hit for 11 and a 32 hit for 12. That's still
No,
good.
it's no.
20.
It's there's the first two of so 20, 11, and 11.
Oh, I missed your second roll. Sorry. 34 to hit for 20, 29 to hit for 11, and 34 to hit for 11.
Yeah.
So a total of 20, 30, 40, 42 damage.
Yep.
That is also dead. Nice job murdering the robots, people.
Well, It's kind of what I do.
That's what
I
Buligup
mean,
does.
Time to
Well,
search
that
the rest of the
does.
room to see if they left any goods behind besides these crates of.
You searching the room?
Yeah.
Perception checks.
Perception.
28's good.
Oh, only 20.
30, okay.
13.
So you search the room. Most of the boxes and stuff here contain things that are spoiled or like spoiled food items, maybe mundane tools, just normal stuff. You do find a small box in one corner that contains 11 batteries.
Ooh.
I pick them up and I scurry over to Alexander and say,
Ah.
batteries.
Thank you.
I got more batteries than you can throw a fucking stick at this point.
Can these charge your field
Um,
gun?
Yes.
Can they?
Well, they can. It uses charges and.
Oh, nanite
nanite
canisters. Yeah.
So yeah.
Can you feel good gun some of this non-lethal
Oh,
damage off me?
Sure.
Give him a back rub, it'll be fine.
Thanks.
That's
have-
like regular,
heal?
isn't it?
Is it just like regular? To hit on a heal non-lethal?
I think it is now.
how great would it be if there was like some convoluted thing you have to do to heal like non-lethal damage?
Well, it used to be that any magical healing healed all your non-lethal automatically, along with
No,
regular.
I'm just saying if it was like, yeah, no, you have to have the heal non-lethal spell.
Oh, yeah.
That no, like,
That's Rollmaster.
Yeah, non-lethal represents harm, blah, 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 staggered. Non-lethal damage, staggered, healing non-lethal. You heal non-lethal damage at the rate of 1 hit point per hour per character level. When a spell or ability cures hit point damage, it also removes an equal amount of non-lethal damage.
Okay. So you get off of both tools.
Yeah.
So get 19 back of regular and non-lethal.
Yay. Thanks, Alexander. I feel better.
Charge off there.
Fresh and full of life.
This place still sucks. I
glad.
hate it.
I'm glad.
I want to.
So, do you want to call
I don't know.
it here, or
I'm,
do you want to call it here, or do you want to open that last door on this level?
Might as well do the last door.
one more door. One more door.
Yeah.
One more door.
Seeing as you're excited.
23.
Seeing as you're
23.
excited. You going for it?
This is one that I'm not. This is when I'm not going to step through it. I'm going to do the perception as
Well, you are quite
open
aware
it
that it's pretty
outside.
small inside because you've walked all around it at this point. Is that a perception check for checking for traps?
Yep, 23 for traps as I'm opening it, but
Alright,
not stepping
hold on.
through it.
Let me see. Okay, you turn the handle. You do not think there is a trap here.
There's 20 traps.
But,
You pull it open.
open it.
Right, I need to make a roll. Ugh.
Is this the Harry Potter
He
closet?
won't hit you, will it?
Oh, I should have ducked out if he was opening that door. Never mind.
A 20 won't hit you? So the door slams backwards and almost hits you. Everybody in the corridor can make me reflex saves, please.
I knew I should have left this room.
Where is reflex? Oh, there we go.
All right. All right.
So
So
before I check for anything else, does a 26?
a 26 fully negates this damage.
Okay.
Everybody else takes 16 points of damage from the steam and boiling oil that spray out from behind the fake hatch.
Jeez.
Nice.
Thanks.
Welcome. That's fire damage if it makes a difference to anybody's resistances.
Which, funny enough, that would for me.
That's funny.
Oh, that's weird.
What? What's
I
weird?
was doing my. I thought I just did my damage in the
Boxy
little in the little red bubble, but it didn't adjust the band above me when I did it.
Oh, I see it. It just did it. You're down 23.
Yeah, I just did it again.
You just
Ah.
did now.
So, how would this work out if my hearth mantle is immune to fire damage?
Your hearth mantle is, or you are when you're wearing it.
My hearth mantle is.
I don't know. I guess it means it can't be burnt, but you technically could be burnt. Oh.
In the
Yeah.
places that aren't covered.
It doesn't make you immune to fire.
Uh.
It just means that, like, things like being dropped into this stupid bloody pit, it wouldn't, like, if it was in fire, the hearth mantle isn't damaged.
But, like, I feel like I should, like, would I take, like, I mean, it's a big piece of clothing, right? Like,
It is. I think the idea is because it makes a fire on itself, it would be stupid if it wasn't immune to fire.
but so then, like, how do we measure that then? Like, if fire damage affects me?
I do not know. You burn away, and the hearth mantle remains.
But if fire hits it, I would be okay, right?
I mean, it would be okay, and you would turn to ash inside it.
You still broil.
I don't. No, that's not how that works.
I don't know. It's a complicated one, but it doesn't actually give you any resistance to fire, does it?
I get, let me see what it says. I get a +2 competence bonus on
Yep.
saving throws against fire-based effects.
So that would be what it does to you. That's you, like, pulling it across you and hiding behind it.
Okay, so what would I do in that instance?
You just get a
Would it
+2
just-
bonus to the save
So, like,
versus it.
To that reflex save?
We would have given you a +2 competence bonus, yes.
Okay.
Technically it is a fire attack, I suppose. It's an attack with a fire-based effect, I suppose.
Okay.
All right, are we done? You did good.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do we... Wait, well, is there anything in there? There's nothing, right?
It's
just-
actually, it's totally fake. So
Yeah.
I will reveal. There's nothing inside. It's just the center of.
It was like
There's
a
no-
really painful Jack in the Box that punched you in the face.
On
Nice.
that, do we want to just be like, okay, well, how many floors is the tower?
It's 220 feet tall, roughly.
How tall is
220?
this floor?
This floor is, I can actually tell you because it says features.
The door is 12 feet tall.
About 20 feet high.
We have 10 more
Potentially, or it
stories.
could. I mean, it's a wizard thing. It could be 100 stories in here, or it could be 5.
Do we want to go back to and take a rest? Does anyone need to take a rest? It looks like a lot of people are damaged.
Really?
Yes.
You've come just poked around this floor and now you're like,
Yeah.
fuck this, we're going home.
No, we need to regroup and do it again because I'd like to make more perception potion because I think
could
that was
also
really
just-
helpful.
Like,
Oh,
pause
also-
the game right here.
Well, that's the plan, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
we do. I only say it because the Mothra was like, hey, if you need to rest, come back here.
Mothra.
Yeah.
And
Mothra.
I think I could regain my spirits too if I had the moth help me
And-
with some like cream stuff. while I'm
Whitney
resting.
apparently has 22 hit points.
Ouch.
That's pretty good going there.
That's what hit you.
That fire effect.
Oh, that's right.
Oil.
Yeah.
Kill
Yeah,
it,
my
kill it.
face melted just now.
She only
The
has
door
30
L opened.
She only has 38 hit points. She's an
Oh,
oracle.
Jesus. How the fuck do you get through life?
She's an
No, no,
oracle.
I'm an oracle. I do just fine.
She has
She has
She has
the lowest
heavy
hit points
armor.
of anyone in the party. A tiger will overtake her next level, probably.
She does have the best armor class of anybody in the party, too.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Not compared to him.
Buligup
I
is
have
extras.
30.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Buligup
mine's
does
only
have
a 20
30
chaser.
AC.
She used to have the best.
Buligup's a ridiculous armor class character because he's massively dex-based.
Yeah. Fighting. Shy, 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 shy.
So it's easier to get items that will boost your armor class and your dexterity than it is to get things that'll boost your armor class and your charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can work on making your headband better though next time.
I'm going to say 24 is still pretty respectable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, do you want experience?
Yay!
Yes, please.
All right, you took on... Did you get anything for that moth or not?
Fuck yeah. We dealt with it.
Yeah, I don't know whether you get... let me look.
We made it.
Oh, yeah, you do. Okay, I got it. Story award is Befriending the Moth. Gives you experience as if you defeated her in combat.
5,000.
Yay, friendship is magic.
Now, if later we decide to kill her,
You
do we
only
then
get it
don't get double?
once. Okay, you get the experience for successfully encountering Long Dreamer the Star Monarch, which is 6,400.
Ooh.
You encountered the Nightmare Fumes, or at least Al did, for 3,200.
I
You're welcome.
Oh yeah,
Angel-
you encountered them too. You encountered the Belching Stove, or at least Alexander did, for 4,800. I mean, that could have hit the whole party. You
yeah.
encountered 2 Riot Suppressor robots for 2,400 each, for 4,800 total. And you encountered the False
Jeez.
Hatch for 3,200.
Ooh, that is a nice total.
Mm-hmm. What'd you get?
5,600 each.
That's nice.
We are just shy
That's
of
nice.
leveling up.
Yeah, we're like 1,000 short.
We're 74.
Oh, I forgot about my bonus. I should have added it to that attack on Al. It would have meant the door would have hit him.
I mean, technically, it would have been...
Possibly a suppressor robot.
Yeah, it would have been a robot, if
Yeah.
anything. So, because it's supposed to be on your next roll, right?
I know. I need to find a way to add to track those things.
Do we need to go into the woods and kill something worth 2,000 XP so that we can be just level up to level 9th?
All right. On
How much
that wondrous
experience did you
note,
get?
a lot. 5,600 extra.
Right. So we're
Yay!
at 74,504.
74,504.
Good.
Yay!
Leveling up them
400
characters.
So,
496
I
away
would
from
say... I would say that everybody now in this time start looking at what you want to do when you level up.
Yeah, 9 isn't a bad level, right, for most people.
No.
Yeah. I don't. That way we're not like.
I think I get another.
That's going to be the hard part for me because, I know I want teleport and permanency,
Yeah.
but those are also spells that I know this wizard at least used teleport once, and I might be able to get it. And they're 2 of the really common wizard spells, so I should be able to get them elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's also where Hungry Pit lives, and a few other good spells.
So Buligup gets access to advanced weapon mastery at that level.
Oh,
Advanced weapon training, which gives him access to wonders like, I don't know, warrior spirit.
yeah, that Goran
Which
loves
is
that one.
spectacularly great. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah. He designates 1 weapon and gain a number of points of spiritual energy equal to 1 plus his weapon training bonus. While wielding this weapon, he can spend 1 point of spiritual energy to grant the weapon an enhancement bonus equal to the weapon training bonus. Enhancement bonus is gained by this training option stack with those already on the weapon. It's really good.
So
you
not
may
only
also
can you increase the pluses,
and you can
you
imbue it with 1 special ability of equivalent value to the. Yeah, it's really nice. So if you like, I need to hit that ghost, you can just be like, boom, my weapon is now a ghost bane weapon, and hit the ghost.
Yeah.
All right.
I also get it now does I guess which is 9th level. So yeah, I also get a plus. I get +2 to the.
Mm-hmm.
I get an extra +2, and I'm gonna fucking destroy shit.
Yeah, you'll get up.
Sweet. I get
Unfortunately,
another-
it won't be till the end of next session now that we actually level. Because
Yeah,
Not if we take a rest.
No, we don't level mid-game. That's just rude.
What did you say that it was that I can take? Warrior.
Warrior Spirit. It's one of the advanced. There's other ones. There's ones that let you like advanced weapon masteries, and there's one where you can take a bunch of feats equal to your bonus that apply to specific weaponry and all kinds of nonsense.
I just loved Warrior Spirit for Gorham because I used to do I'd put Merciful on it on the fly when I'd need to take people.
This is stuff in advanced.
Yeah, it's an advanced weapon. Or you can just get weapon training, but I don't know why you would. So yeah, Al would get extra bomb damage, which is kind of nice. Tatia gets very little.
And I think I get another 3rd level.
Yeah,
extract.
Tatia gets very little. She gets an extra spell or 2, but that's it. And Alexander will get some wang, I'm sure.
Yeah, I get the 5th level wizard spells.
Oh, there you start to open up a little bit more, right, into the big boy spells.
Yeah, teleport, permanency, hungry pit.
Hungry pit.
It's also the 5th feat level.
Oh yeah, you get a feat level at this level, right?
Right. So I could technically take craft production or craft technological item to use the production lab in.
Does everybody gets a feat, right?
Yeah, it's a general character feat.
And you get another feat next level, right?
Yeah.
As a wizard.
Oh, I get a feat at 9.
Everybody gets a feat at 9. Fighters get 1,000,000 feats. I mean, you don't get a bonus feat at 9, but you get a normal feat at 9.
Yeah, you either get a bonus feat or a fighter feat like every other level.
Yeah, he got one last level, and then he gets one on the evens. He gets a bonus feat every even level, which is crazy good.
Yeah, I don't get my next wizard bonus feat till 10th.
Yeah, it's funny. All right, kids. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Visit us at the Discord where we talk about bullshit, and visit us at the website where you can listen to more of this nonsense, many thousands more of this nonsense. Twitter and Patreon if you want to pay us to do this nonsense, and Facebook for the moment, although I'm thinking about killing the Facebook group and pushing everybody to Discord. But hey, thanks a lot. See you later.
Bye. Adios.
You're listening to the smooth sound of RPGMP3.com. Dungeon on.